Welcome back to the Sice Room, where DMV culture, politics, and hip hop collide. I'm your host, Trey Five, and tonight we got a stacked lineup from hip hop, Cash Money versus No Limit versus from a Missouri father get his daughter to retaliate on another 7-year-old for bullying. From Al Sharpton, admitting that he is not a rat, but he was an informant. A lot of NBA slash mafia scandals. We also got a lot of shots and people shot over the homecoming weekend. We want to know how the Sice Room feels about that. Shout out to the chat. Shout out everybody to come and show us love each and every weekend. I'm your host, Trey Five. Voila. All right, in Ferguson, Missouri, a video shows a father allegedly ordering his 6-year-old daughter repeatedly to punch a 7-year-old on her school bus in the face for retaliation for bullying. Panel, was the father justified or did he cross the line for good? Here's the video.
Yeah, do what I told you to do. Hey, don't put your hands on my daughter no more. Mama, what I told you. Don't put your hands on my daughter no more. You hear me, little girl? Hey, look at me. Don't you dare touch my daughter no more. Because if I find out you touching her again, your parents gonna have to talk to me. Mama, what I told you. What you do? Again. I want her crying. Again. Come on, let's go.
Now, to give further context, the father was charged with first-degree harassment, trespassing, assault, and bus driver interference. Panel, how do y'all feel about this?
Woo! All right. Well, that hit home a little bit. I could relate to this situation. In this scenario, I do feel like dad was wrong. I do think that we need to evolve as a collective into learning how to express ourselves without using our hands. And what he showed was just that he hasn't evolved to understand that, to be able to teach his daughter that. And then he was not setting the proper expectation. But beyond just the dad being held accountable, I do feel like bus drivers should be held accountable too, because that girl was throwing a whole bunch of swings. Like, where was someone to try to help that little girl and try to interfere? So it's just like I didn't see none of that really going on, but everything's recorded. But yeah, I don't agree with that. I do feel like he should be held accountable, but I think more people should be held accountable. And it's a teachable moment for everybody, I guess. But I'm sorry the little girl had to go through that. I'm sorry that the little girl, her parents are not stable enough to be able to teach her proper ways to go about things like that. So, yep, that's my take. Wink, it's on you.
It's on you. It's on you, Wink.
My bad. It's a tough one. To be honest, it's like from what we just saw, from what I just saw, if he got on the bus and had his daughter do that, and if she was the one being bullied, I don't think he wrong. Like, it could, yeah, to me he ain't wrong. Like, somebody need to get beat. I know it's like, I know homegirl said find another way, but it's like if that little girl was getting bullied, it ain't no way. Like the dude said, I want her to cry. So he just probably, you know what I'm saying? Man, go ahead. That's my take. Fuck it. Like, I can't even explain it for real. My bad. But shit, I would have had my daughter go get on the bus, no, beat her ass.
What you got, Wayne?
Um, I mean, I'm gonna say it like this, like I tell everybody. There's no book in parenting, but what we know is to protect, especially as a father. So I don't see where it's wrong, but there are ways that you can protect your loved ones. That that's anybody, but I mean, sometimes the system ain't built for us to go the right way. You got to figure out other ways to get to people. So I mean, I'm on both. I agree with him doing. I'm just gonna go with that. He did the best he could, and he rolled with what he knew. That's all I'm gonna say. But there is a right and wrong way to check somebody, and he should have really got with the parents first, because you don't know who their parents are. You don't know what situation in. I do believe that too, but sometimes you can't get to them. So you got to go to what your daughter want action right now, especially a daughter. It's a little different for your sons. The son is like, okay, yeah, I agree. Go ahead, man. You gonna have to learn how to learn. There's a time and a place to whoop some ass. So I'll leave it like that. But I agree with both situations. As a father of a daughter, yeah, you gonna protect. That's what you're supposed to do: protect and provide. So yeah, I agree with that, but I do agree that there's a right and a wrong time for certain things. So yeah, that's where I stand at.
What's up, y'all? All right. So for me, I mean, I feel like me personally, I feel like he wrong because ain't no way as a grown ass man you telling your 6-year-old daughter to get on the bus and attack a little girl like that. You know what I mean? Like I get it. You know what I mean? You know, and ain't no telling how it happened. She might have just got off the bus. He might be picking her up, and she just tell him right in the there. You know what I'm saying, Daddy, this girl. You know what I'm saying? And then he get on the bus just out of raw emotion. But even still, like it's different ways he could have went about that. You know what I'm saying? I get it though. It's his baby. He want to protect her. I got a daughter myself, so I understand. You know what I mean? But him getting on the bus and saying something is one thing, but him making her hit the girl like that and then doing it repeatedly, then saying he wanted to cry, like he just like dragged it. But I feel like he wrong for that. That's my take.
What you got?
I definitely think the father was wrong for the way that he approached it, especially for like how he confronted the little girl. I feel like he should have saved that for a meeting with the pet. My bad, a meeting with the parents. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he wanted to be like a combat with it, like let them put the gloves on, like let them duke it out and have a fair one with it. You know what I'm saying? But for him to have his daughter beat her up like that, basically bully the other girl, teach his daughter how to bully. I don't agree with that. I know there's a protection mechanism when it comes to parenting, but I feel like it could be a more mature way to go about it, especially as a man, as a father. Especially the way he confronted the girl. Like, nah, you should have like saved that. Like, meet up with the parents and then talk about it, and then let them squabble. Have a fair one like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they just children, and it shouldn't be no beef with it. You know what I'm saying? Let them get that out. It's something that you go through as youth. You know what I'm saying? This situation is something that I won't say that every youth go through, because it's some people never got in a fight in their life, but in the melanated community, like bullying and fighting is something that we deal with. So like, if it has to come to that, I feel like put the gloves on, and that's my take on that.
Yeah, I think he was wrong about that. I think he should have went to the parents first, then see tell them start hitting your daughter. Then they come if she keeps still bullying, then you handle it like that. But all that excessive, like straight crushing her, or it could have hurt her for real. But yeah, he was wrong. I think he was wrong. That's my take.
What you got, Buck?
I'm kind of late. I don't really know the topic, so I'm gonna skip this.
Okay. I feel like everybody had different takes.
Mm-mm.
No, everybody pretty much was the same. I heard a couple.
They were different. They were different.
Oh yeah,
They were
yeah.
both
I heard
not.
a couple. It was okays. I heard a couple.
Yeah,
Is to
I
approach the
feel the
parents.
I feel the okays, like I feel it, but at the same time too, you gotta think right. And this is one thing that I'm taking into consideration. Like, what if his daughter still gotta go to that school, still gotta get on that bus? He ain't gonna always be there.
But and they might not do it
Right.
again either.
Ain't no
That's why
telling
I
though.
said if they want to squabble, like let them put the gloves on and have a fair one. Like they the youth right now. You know what I'm saying?
They
This
do
is
not
a
need to be fighting. As a society, we're over here trying to fight for rights and fight against the system. We do not need to be teaching our children to be fighting each other. We should be trying to teach them to vocalize or go about it a different way. Stand up for herself. Like, I don't like that. And it really hit home for me because, like, I just experienced that with my son at his school. His dad was picking him up from school. The teachers are talking to him, but dad is incompetent. He's not a good dad. He's just anyways, that's beyond the point. He doesn't parent properly. But they're telling him that my son is having a problem with another child and that the response that my son is having, he's like yelling and having these outbursts. They're telling his dad on the last day, the dad tells him, makes a song and tells him to choke the child. My son goes to school and chokes him and gets suspended. Then dad is nowhere to be seen and he can't help with watching. The child can't go to the teacher conferences. He has I have to report with the teachers every 4 weeks now. It's a whole extensive thing because dad decided to tell him oh, you're having this problem. Go ahead and choke him.
Be the aggressor.
Choke him.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he said
yeah.
choke him harder. Make sure you
I
choke
don't
him
know,
hard.
Ace. Put the gloves on. They 6 years
It's
old.
So
just
They
I'm
can do the
saying,
like
I'm
drill.
saying, I'm saying. So you saying
you're
that self defense shouldn't be a lesson, and I get what you saying, and what you saying is unorganized violence that has nothing to do with proper self defense. What I'm saying is, if the parent in that situation, he felt like talking wasn't the way to alleviate the situation. So I'm saying, if you feel like self-defense or using the hands is the way to alleviate the situation, put the gloves on. Don't bare knuckle. Don't tell your daughter to bare knuckle punch another girl in the face. I'm saying, if it has to come to teaching your daughter self-defense, tell her to put the gloves on. And self-defense
Now,
is a part of
now,
life.
now, in this
it.
particular
It can even
situation,
enroll her in
in
martial arts.
context, and to what you're saying, right? I think it's kind of hard, right, to say as a dad. My feelings were so hurt by my daughter coming home saying she got struck by another kid, right? That I
Mm-hmm.
came and then I inflicted that same thing to somebody else's child, regardless of if he never witnessed that. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't have witnessed it because he probably would have made her do it right then and there. This would have been happening.
She ain't
But
So
come with a
then, so that's one. Then
that's
two,
different.
he's dead ass wrong for having the conversation with the child. He ain't
That's
never had no conversation with the parents. That nigga went and conversed with the child.
I must not
Then
have
when we
been
talking
I
about
agree with
putting on
that.
gloves,
paying
bro.
attention because I
I
ain't hear no
definitely agree
conversation.
with that.
So when we
that's
put
what
on
I'm mentioning.
gloves, bro, that's
Like,
not
Her
self-defense
face,
though, bro.
her
but
When
face
you
but
put
was
on when him
nothing
putting
was
that's an organized fight.
but
it
did I
was
not
not
Him going
mention?
and
Did I not mention that he was wrong for confronting the girl? And I was
No,
saying,
I'm
if
not
he
saying you
wanted,
agree with him at all. No, I'm
I
not saying you
said
agree with him at
if
all,
he
bro.
wanted, I said if he wanted to go to the extent of using hands to alleviate the situation, go to the gloves. Do not tell your daughter to bare knuckle punch another girl in the face. I'm
But
saying, I'm thinking from his perspective.
they're
From
at
his
school though.
perspective
They're not
speaking.
That nigga perspective is bogus though.
that's
I don't
That's
Like,
what I'm
agree.
saying. That's why he
like
should have had used the perspective that I am
Yeah, but in
speaking of.
reality, a
That's
nigga
I
not
like
but
waiting at the
telling
bus
but I'm
stop
saying
for
is
children to
I
go to
nothing.
couldn't
their
even I
job
can't
and
even
go
agree
fight
with that
somewhere.
perspective, Brody. I ain't gonna lie. I
for
That's
wish
one
my
not
thing.
daughter
That's not
would
gonna
come in here and
happen
where
tell
like
that
me
that.
some
stems
she
It's
put some gloves on with some little girl Now,
You gotta
granted,
keep in
we
mind they
already be
6 and
prepping for
7
this type
years
of
That's
shit.
a
old.
little different. I could see
We
that
prep for
happening.
this type of shit already, but it still was like mind boggling me to find out that you was bullying somebody. Like, cause you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I would think if her parents knew she was bullying somebody, they would reprimand her. Now, granted, like you said, in our culture, we do grow up around what the other girl's father perpetuated, which we see. Don't be the bigger person. She's bullying you. I'm gonna come talk to her parents and let her know, like, no, this should not be happening. He want to get back. He needed his daughter to even the score. That's the
Right.
difference in the mindset of what I'm saying. Because even when it comes to some gloves, self-defense, that's okay. How could we ever say the little girl bullying the other little girl is wrong?
So we do know that he hasn't talked to the parents, cause I didn't get that part of the story. I seen
In
what he
the
did.
video, if you keep doing her, if I'm gonna have to talk to your parents if you keep bullying her, and then proceeded to let his daughter bully her.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't agree with. I see that's what I don't agree with.
I
If there was no parent situation, and I didn't seen that situation where
That's why
there's
I
no
said it looked
parents
like a heat of the
around. There
moment.
is no parents around. There's grandma or the aunt or somebody. You get what I'm saying? And if you don't know the situation of the background of the other child, hell yeah, he was in the wrong.
But it,
That's what what I'm getting at is. It, See, I tell my daughter, tell somebody first. I always say, did you tell the teacher? Did you tell the adult that was around that was supervising y'all at even the bus driver? Did you tell somebody of some type of authority first before we go to resulting to you gonna have to do this? You get what I'm saying? So that's my first thing. Maybe I should have put that in perspective first. Because I agree. I agree on both sides because I do understand what his daughter did to him. And see, y'all, that's some people don't understand that innocence of when a daughter comes to their dad because they think their dad can protect them for anything because that's what they told. That's the mentality that they have. And he probably came crying, and you don't know what his mindset was when that happened to him. So that's why I can't say I disagree with what he did. Is he wrong? Yeah, but I
I'm
don't disagree with the
what I'm saying.
situation
Oh,
I'm gonna
he said
say.
you said, oh, you
I'm
just
gonna
think
say.
it's wrong, but you don't disagree.
They are
because
sick.
I understand the fact that he had to think of something to do with his daughter. That's the
Do you
structure
know?
of being a
Hold on.
parent. Like he had to think
Hold-
of something.
No, no,
I
no.
don't. My
We
thing
need to do
is,
better. We need
And
to
what
do.
li,
that nigga
Don't
thought
do the
of
innocent.
was
Keep the
ridiculous.
yeah.
the
Got his
They
dumb
dangerous.
need
ass
Yeah,
in
to do
jail.
better.
I'm
I'm not
not. I'm
thinking
not
because
saying.
He
those
lucky
are
he ain't
very
get his dumb ass killed.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
that could
Deeper
happen.
stuff. Like it's a
But
whole spiral
He
of
still
stuff.
might get his dumb ass killed. I ain't
And
gonna
my
hold because
thing
that's
is
a
that it's
very
an important
y'all
time
not.
in the child's life. Like
It's
that's where
just.
they're
It's
learning
the damage.
behaviors and how to manage
Yeah,
and how to
yeah.
express
It's
themselves.
the.
You're perpetuating and trying to encourage something that is not supportive altogether. And then, big picture, there's a whole bunch of repercussions that could come from this.
Nah, and I
The
get
It's
harassment.
the.
speaking off experience. I
It's.
understand that. I
It's the
listened to what you just
damage.
said.
It's how
But I
much.
also this my thing too. Where the mother was at? Where was the mom at when this whole situation
Not
happened?
for
See,
real.
you telling me about you and your thing. We don't know what the mama position is in this. We
That's
only know what the news has presented us. And
true.
there's more.
But see,
I
I ain't
feel
want to
like
do it.
there's
But see, but
I also
Wayne, that's a tricky topic because once when we do that, it comes of whataboutism, and I don't want to make it
no,
seem like
no, my thing is this the thing too. I don't know how long she's been getting bullied. That's the thing. I don't think it was just a one-time incident. I think his daughter has went into the press state. See, and that's bad on both parties. And the reason why I'm saying that is suicide rate right now is at an all-time high, especially for young kids.
Body language did not give that. She looked like she was following the instructions
have,
of her father. She was
have
literally
anybody
Yeah,
on the panel
at
ever got
a
bullied?
to be able to do
huh?
that.
Yeah.
That was
Attempt
Has anybody on the
ridiculous.
panel ever got bullied?
Attempted.
Yeah.
Yes, and when that shit hit the door, my doorstep, my mother ain't play. She used to make us go out there and handle business. It wasn't.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah,
say it,
it
but
wasn't
I
no
done got messed
shit.
with, and my parents had told me, you go punch a motherfucker in the face. That's how I come from that era.
I got bullied.
I come from
Yeah,
there when my
I had
parents
a
told me
mother
go
that
punch
didn't
somebody in the face.
shit tolerate
So,
that. If the
I
bullying took,
mean,
My mom did not.
I never got bullied, so
That's why.
I don't really know what that feel like.
That's why I said
You know?
attempted, because these
yeah, that's what I
girls,
said too.
from my experience, it was these 4 girls, right? It was 3 or 4. It was these 4 girls, and it started off with Jonah. Okay, cool, and then it was like trying to pass off little hits, but I'm passing off little hits back, and then of course
Okay.
one day we throwing air punches and stuff, almost like going to the body, but you're not really touching. And one girl, like, already had, these ain't my friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going back and forth with these people. So, and then one day we throwing the air punches and shit, and then one girl actually starts punching me in the back. Man, I turned around and beat her ass. Fuck you talking about?
Real
Then
fight.
I'm thinking, when we go back to the class, because you switching classes, I'm like, all right, these bitches probably about to jump me now, so let me just get prepared. I get in the classroom, and this bitch friends talking about, it's about time somebody beat her ass. Fake bitches. So that's why I was like, granted, they young. I was like 8th grade, and that little girl like 6, so it's a difference. But that's why I'm like attempted. So, and then them bitches try to be my friends after that. So that's that on that one.
Can somebody explain
I
what
was a lot
happened?
little, a lot younger.
Like, what happened? The man sent his child on the bus to fight somebody.
Yes, I look, Sharice. Dang, Sharice, I actually showed the video tonight, Sharice,
Dang.
like, and everything, gang. You feel? But
Oh man,
yeah,
I heard.
yeah, man. Apparently, his 6-year-old daughter was getting bullied by a 7-year-old girl on the bus. He came on there. He pushed the 64-year-old bus driver out the way to approach the little girl. He approached the little girl, and then said to her, "Oh shit."
Listen, yeah, do what I told you to do. Hey, don't put your hands on my daughter no more. Mama, what I told you. Don't put your hands on my daughter no more. You hear me, little girl? Hey, look at me. Don't you dare touch my daughter no more. Because if I find out you touching her again, your parents gonna have to talk to me. Mama, what I told you. What you do? Again. I want her crying. Again. Come on, let's go.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all niggas got me fucked up. I
Oh,
ain't
he
even
going
really
to
watch
jail,
it the
bro.
first time.
Oh,
I low key just watched
I
it
ain't know
just
wait.
now, bro.
Time either.
Bro,
I
it ain't
seen
no
it 3
it ain't no
times with him.
validating that shit right there, bro.
This is
Nah, I ain't
wild.
see
Oh,
It
that
I
ain't
didn't
shit.
know
no
he went
fucking
on the
I
bus
validating
didn't
that
know it
with
was
shit,
it.
bro.
3 times.
Fuck no,
He didn't
bro.
I
necessarily
didn't
have to
see
get
that
punched.
shit.
Oh,
The
It
first,
ain't
like,
no
that's a little
validating that.
No
different.
way.
Lock his ass up.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
you
He
can't
was
do
locked. He was
that.
locked up. That's
Yeah.
crazy
That is
work.
wow.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
my
agree
first
with
time
that.
seeing that. I've never seen that.
Wayne ass talk about it ain't wrong, but I don't disagree. Nigga, what?
I
Hey,
don't
look.
agree with that.
Ain't
Man,
the
Some
you
school
people
know,
do
busting
come
the
from
you know,
kids
that
in
I'm
era
over
where
school,
here
your
man?
parents
handling my
tell you
Nah,
business,
to
bro.
so
handle that. Yeah,
I
people
heard
come
the
from that.
video. I didn't see it.
But
So look,
Oh,
right?
you ain't see it. You can. All right,
you
all
Yeah,
right. You ain't see
cannot
it.
yeah, I was
do that.
listening the whole
This,
No,
time, so I'm just
this
thinking
is the
Bro,
he
school
telling
bus
her
not
to
on
on the
whoop her
the
school
10th
ass.
bus.
I ain't
of the
know he
school
told her
ground.
again till she cried. Yeah, that's bullying. You
that was
teaching your daughter,
crazy.
what she coming home crying about. Nah, I definitely disagree with
You
that.
feel me? That's
Yeah,
what
you
that was
can
my
do
Yeah,
whole
that.
thing. Of like, how could you feel like that about that action, but then you go and do that, bro? Like, what,
yeah,
nigga?
yeah.
You just invalidated your whole argument to me. I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
Double
Bro, the
standard on
school
that
bus
shit. You
is the
tripping?
yeah,
extension
like,
of
Yeah,
school
you
property.
can't do that on the school bus. Yeah, that's and
They
you
could charge
assaulted
him
the
for that
bus
shit.
driver. Oh no,
no, Buck, they did charge him for trespassing, assault, harassment, bus driver interference. They charged
that's
that man with
valid.
like
Felony.
Yeah, that's
that
valid.
man
All of
said.
that.
Then be 100. If he came in there and pressed the little girl, I still would have felt like that was aggressive. But cool. Don't touch
Nah,
my daughter
I
again.
thought
I'm gonna
that,
have
and
to
I
talk
thought
to your
that's what took
parents.
place.
You
Blah
should
blah
have
blah
left
blah
it at
blah.
that. He
So
should have
the
never
And
way
they
gotten
he
could
that
walk.
should have
And
bus.
then they could
handled
walk
it,
off the
That
bus.
bus.
He should have went to the
Then
school, talked to
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
on that
principal, had the
bus.
yeah.
principal
man, the little girl punched her like 20
get the
times.
principal some
I know it's
advice
about
on
again. I was like, damn,
Till she cry. I don't. What we
that's
doing?
wild.
I
Yeah,
didn't see that
that's some
part.
different shit, man. That's some different
Yeah.
shit. But
Yeah, I can understand like the perspective of not wanting your child to be bullied. Like I said, I come from that era where if somebody was fucking with you and you ran in that house to your mother, my mother was the type to send me back outside. It wasn't no, yeah, it wasn't no none of that. So like I actually come from that, but my mother never stepped on a school bus or nothing like that. But if they came to her door, yeah, she had some hot water waiting. Trust and believe that shit. But yeah, I think that we do have to teach our children a better way about things like this. It's hard though, man, because how we grew up and how they're growing up now, bullying is more prevalent than ever. Like it's not even just in person bullying. They got to worry about cyberbullying. They have to worry about so much more. And I do think it's important to teach your children self-defense and how to defend themselves if you don't want them getting picked on. But it's ways that, yeah, it's so many different ways he could have handled that. Talking to the parent, it should have been the first thing that he did. Period.
right.
So that's
Getting your kid to be the aggressor is never
yeah,
self defense.
at all.
And they ass their little ass is gonna learn that when they grow up in the courtroom if your ass don't teach them that. But we're gonna go on to a lighter note, man. Cash Money versus No Limit, man. I wanna know how y'all feel about it. The labels of the South, Cash Money Reckless, No Limit Reckless. Clash in a versus showdown that the fans call legendary. I myself definitely feel like it's legendary. That was a part of my lifetime. Here's the question to the panel. Who won the battle and why did they win? Performance, tracks, everything included, unbiasedly. I want to know from the panel. How do y'all feel about this legendary Cash Money versus No Limit versus? Give it to my New Orleans native first. It's only right.
All right. So I told you five going into this. I said if Turk and Wayne did not come out there with Cash Money, said they gonna lose. And sure enough, No Limit took over. And that was a phenomenal performance from Master P. Even though he old and he still moving like he old, it was phenomenal. And some of that what you don't know is that their piece of their thing, they did that on in concert 25, 30 years ago, just like that. That's actually history. What they did, it's actually a thing on Instagram or one of these social media sites you could find where they put that together. But it actually is a 20, I want to say 25-year-old performance they put on stage. No Limit did again, and as you know, they still tour and stuff too. But yeah, they messed up. Cash Money messed up, and Baby was sour. Um, that's why he had all that to say, and Pete played him like the real one he is. And I'm gonna be 100 with you. I like Cash Money. If you ask me, Cash Money is New Orleans. Like when they first came out, they came out with New Orleans material. That was our city. If 30, 50 years from now, somebody say, hey, show me what was New Orleans like back then. You could put Cash Money on, and everything they talk about in songs is New Orleans. P came out from Cali. That's why all them beats is Cali beats. A lot of them not New Orleans beats. That Bout It is a Cali beat. It's not a New Orleans beat. He just put New Orleans on it, and he put people on it. Um, I mean that there's a lot to say. I could go on forever, but yeah, No Limit won that. I could definitely say that. And
Is you still going, Wayne?
you said what?
Was you still going?
Yeah, but that's cool. I'm done now.
Oh, my bad, gang. Now close it out. What were you saying?
Now I was saying that even Silk came and showed out. He did better than Baby on that number one stunner though. That number one stunner, he did way better than that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with No Limit. I'm running with No Limit on that. That they won the verses, but New Orleans won. At least everybody know we back on the map because our football team, sad right now. But that's it. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
What you got, Wink?
I was in and out of the jump for real. But I know you said don't be biased, but I'm gonna just go ahead and be biased. I was on Cash Money anyway. Like just in my opinion, I just know more songs and like more songs to be honest. But Master P was doing his thing though. He was like he did do his thing performing. I give him that. And I just find Birdman entertaining. That's my take on it.
Alright. Trey, I told you before that don't started, No Limit was gonna wash them people, right? But I'm not necessarily biased because I grew up with both. Obviously, No Limit came before Cash Money. And to me, the difference was I knew No Limit was going to wash them because one, the artists are still like my man said, they still perform together and they still have good relationships. Like P paid his artists back in the day. He put all his artists on. Yeah, he went to Cali to get on, but he came right back to New Orleans once he got his footing, so to speak. So he was always more of a New Orleans artist than a Cali artist. He just went to Cali, in my opinion, to like learn the business side and kind of strengthen his independent bag. And as far as the performances, as soon as it started, I was wondering where Wayne was at. I knew Turk wasn't going to show up because they kicked Turk off the Hot Boy tour. Because him and BG had some friction or whatever the case was. So I knew Turk wasn't going to show up. And that wasn't really a determining factor because Turk was like a supporting role as far as I'm concerned with Cash Money's height was. Wayne was really the star of the label. Once they got the popping or whatever, Judy and BG obviously was before them, but when they got their stride and went worldwide, Wayne was the one that everybody resonated to. So him not being there hindered them a great deal. But I don't think it would have mattered because No Limit had way more songs and material to work with. And the thing that I found interesting about the battle was it wasn't just obviously it was the artist performing, but that was more of a DJ battle. They were countering each other's performance. Like when P pulled the bout it out after Baby tried to pull that stunner, shit got real. That was like a trump card DJ moment. So the screen just went dark. But so yeah, No Limit all day.
What you got, Sharice?
This was hard for me from the beginning. Even when we talked about it on earlier shows, I kept saying I don't know because I love both of them. I love No Limit and I love Cash Money. Like I think initially, like once the battle began, I went with Cash Money. But by the end of the battle, I was like, ooh, I don't know, because some rounds was a tie. Like number one stunner definitely didn't beat Bout It. I was just like, yeah, that was an epic fail right there. Though that song shouldn't even have went up against that song in particular. But I think like I agree with Wayne when you say New Orleans won in that case. But if I had to choose, I'm gonna still stay with who I initially decided to go with, and that was Cash Money. Only because like most of the songs that Cash Money like played, I knew them off top. Like I knew them right away. Like I just kind of grew up more in that Cash Money era, and like I just really enjoyed what they had to bring, except for the end of it or whatever when Baby was doing the most. But yeah, I enjoyed it overall. It just brought back a lot of nostalgia. Silk the Shocker always off beat. You know, I loved it. I enjoyed it. I really did. So it was just hard for me to choose from the beginning, but I had to go with who I was more familiar with. And it was, shout out to Cash Money. I think they did good. And shout out to Juvenile too. He showed why he the best in Cash Money.
What you got, Ace?
I didn't get to see the performance, so I would have to make a bias like choice and say Cash Money, but I would have to see the performance to like make a definite decision.
What you got, Bird?
Oh man, Slim. See, this the thing, bro. I feel like Cash Money didn't do what they like had in they up their sleeve for real. It was a rock a big time and stuff going on. It wasn't Cash Money for real. BG even play all his jumps. Juve ain't play all his jumps. Like, bro, that joint was just made for like No Limit to win. And Lil Wayne won there. So it wasn't no Cash Money. This was Birdman versus P. No, Birdman versus No Limit. Man, that shit should be done over. I think Wayne don't want to really do nothing with Birdman because that money situation. Because Lil Wayne supposed to be like 300 M's up, but that's my take.
Um, just off performance from what I seen, I just skimmed through it after the fact on YouTube. No, what's his name? No Limit had more energy. They seem to be doing better, but Cash Money, like I said, they ain't had Wayne or nobody for real. So them songs, just like they weren't hitting the same live. You know what I mean? For real. But I'm gonna go with No Limit. That's my take.
So I didn't watch it, but just off of what I know about both of them, and then just off of the stature in general, I don't think that once you reach a certain stature or like level that you shouldn't be like in competition with your peers. And I think that that should have just been just a moment of acknowledging just their impact on the culture and the area or whatnot. But yeah, so I think shout out to both of them. They're both pretty dope, man. Created some dope labels. Power to both of them.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? As far as the verses, I just like agree with Bird on the choice of songs and shit. Like Cash Money ain't really get into the catalog. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's probably because they ain't had Turk there. They ain't had Wayne, so of course they are part of some of the best songs of their catalog. And with P and them, the tank like deep. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't even really had to pull out everybody. They pulled out the to me they pulled out the secret weapon, which was Mia X. You know what I'm saying? Once they pulled out Mia X, it was like the show was over and shit. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the catalog versus big timers, you know what I'm saying? They definitely got a catalog that you could put up against some things, but when it came to them going up against No Limit and their records, you know what I'm saying, that's heavy hitters for sure, for sure. You already know. I think No Limit took the whole joint, you know what I'm saying? If it was more of a whole Cash Money Hot Boys type thing and shit, and they had the whole complete swing going on, it probably would have swanged a little different and shit, but Max P and them, even though they came out there old and shit, jogging all over the place doing their shit, they came out with some jumps and shit. You know what I'm saying? So me myself, I say, no limit. You know. What's up, Trey?
What it
Hey
do,
man,
Pep?
y'all shooting them, man. Y'all bluffing hard as a
Y'all
motherfucker.
niggas
Say
hot as shit.
non-biased opinion. Y'all say I like Cash Money. I ain't really, they ain't really do their thing, but I'm gonna pick them to win.
Cash Money
Knowing they
won.
got mopped out that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying
know
to
damn
say,
well they
It's
got
two.
mopped
It's
out that
two
joint.
judgments. If we talking about songs, Cash Money won. We talking about performance, No Limit won.
I don't care what their catalog looked like. They ain't get to perform that shit because all the people wasn't there, and even if they was there, they
The
still got
catalog
washed.
they
it was
played was
only like
better than
10
the
rounds. Like we
the
Bro,
gotta
And that's
catalog.
the
And
Hold
only
on,
that
thing
guys.
was
that
Hold
that
on,
hard.
let's
guys.
that
not
I hold
act
on,
like
that
guys.
no
that's
Guys.
what it
shit ain't
is.
Versus
possible.
is
I
normally
want
20
to.
That's the
rounds. It
only
was
thing
like
I
No
don't
Limit
care.
gonna win.
Out of the 10
No
rounds
Limit
they
gonna win
performed, they
that.
got
That's
washed,
it.
bro.
you crazy.
Honestly, that's the
You
Guys,
only
I'm
thing
guys.
No
I
serious.
want to
Limit
ask
gonna
y'all one
win.
And
question.
y'all gonna
Nah,
Ask
sit
one
here
nah.
question.
acting like No Limit ain't drop an
Honestly,
album a week for two
it
years
wasn't
straight like they ain't
hard.
got a catalog. What is y'all talking about?
Look, real
No
quick.
Limit did
I want
not
to. I want
watch
to
it.
ask
Cash
y'all
Money
real
got.
quick. I want to ask y'all real quick. Are y'all telling me based off the songs, fuck performance and everything, based off song for song, y'all felt like Cash Money got washed?
From the performance, or you just saying song for
Song,
song?
catalog, song. He keeps saying catalog. The
Yeah,
songs.
From the
yeah,
songs,
yeah. From the song,
I don't think they got washed. I don't think they got washed.
Yeah, but I
It's
say
just
be honest.
it's the presentation of how the songs got
exactly.
presented that
Guys,
evening.
Is
look,
this
I love
not
you,
So
an
brother.
I get
I love
what you're
in-person
saying though.
battle?
Please
Does
don't take
the
it back to what I'm
presentation
asking
don't
you.
matter for an
I get
in-person
exactly what
battle?
you're saying with the songs. I get exactly what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Even
So
the,
it can go back and forth. I feel you.
What's your
you,
judging
yeah.
criteria? I'm
All
gonna
right.
ask
So
y'all what
look.
y'all judging
So let
criteria
me check
because
this
if you're
out.
going off the song, all right, cool. The song versus the song when it's played, that's 1 point. Then the performance of the song should matter because it's an in-person battle. This ain't no motherfucking
Exactly.
playlist versus playlist.
All
Right.
right, look, all right,
The
look.
Yes,
Put it
stage
like,
Everything
all right,
is
presence
look. Put it like
matters.
this. Put it like
everything
this.
it's
Put
a
it
matters,
like
brother.
this.
playlist
Right.
versus
But
Put it
playlist.
like
Also,
this. Put it like this. The whole verses
look, see,
had. Remember that time with the with the Jim Jones the Dipset and the
Exactly.
Locks
And
That's
Jones
the
exactly
when
what
locks.
this was
And the
gonna do.
locks.
everything switched. This whole
right?
verses had a different feel to it once Slim dropped that bout it jump. Once that
Bro,
Nah, I
bit
had a
dropped, the energy changed.
Yeah, but
The
I'm
level and energy
nah,
of,
look,
bro.
I
of
can
a
give y'all 3 examples. I'm glad you said that. It's 3 examples: Gucci Man and Jeezy, Dipset and D Block, and No Limit and Cash
you
Money.
had certain
Where
songs
Dipset,
that was like turning points.
Jeezy, and Cash
And
Money had better catalogs, played better songs, but
they
based off
didn't play
popular
better
demand.
songs, bro.
You
Yes, they
tripping?
did. It's
You
all
They
tripping?
didn't.
radio,
They
all
I'm
didn't play
I'm
radio
better
agree.
players. What
songs.
Hold
are you
on, hold
talking
on,
about?
cause
That No
They
Limit
all
I agree
playlist
radio
Mute
was
with
my
players.
toe
y'all
mic.
to
what y'all
Mute
toe.
my mic.
saying.
That No
Every
Limit
Oh,
person,
playlist was
every
oh,
toe
y'all
to
do
toe,
person.
know the
bro.
#1 stunner, Lil Wayne is on that song, right?
I'm
Y'all
the
do know
number
that,
one
But
right?
the
stunner.
I,
What?
number one
I
stunner
like
lost the
the
round that
song
it was
getting be
played in.
played at the
Every round they win and they lost
like
damn
like
near every
like
round.
No,
like
they did
nah,
not.
you ain't
All
being
these
honest, but
songs.
Nowhere near being
Show me.
honest.
They
You know,
lost
every
damn near every round,
No, they
bro.
did
yeah, they
not. They
did.
no,
only
they did
lost
not.
They
battle.
They
lost damn
did.
near every round, but
He
I'm
No,
did.
saying
they
He
on
do
that
did
shit,
do
that shit
not.
was like an
he
8-2
do do.
sweep. Y'all
Son,
rushing.
they
You
first
tripping.
song was Juvenile 400 Degrees. Why Juvenile just didn't stay on his CDs?
And they
He
first
Cash
song was
Money.
No Limit Soldier. Nigga, that was a radio hit. They both was radio hit. 400 Degrees wasn't
No,
even on
no,
the
no,
radio
no,
hit list either.
no.
I have this.
I'm
So
agreeing
what?
with No
So
Limit.
what?
I'm saying
400 Degrees was the best performance all night.
No, it
yes.
Better
wasn't.
than that Mia X shit, better than that Snoop shit, better than all that shit.
No, it was
You
not.
You
crazy.
niggas is
You
You
tripping.
You
crazy.
crazy.
You
tripping.
niggas is
You
You
tripping.
are
You
crazy.
tripping.
tripping.
Juby went the
You
fuck off,
crazy.
nigga.
You
Juby
tripping.
went the
You
The
fuck
joint,
off.
crazy. That
crazy.
the
break
joint with Judy. Hold
that
on. The joint
breaking
with Judy
all
hands
freestyling
songs,
at
down.
the end of the joint
killing
when the beat
all
went
that.
on.
Well,
When
oh,
Judy
it's only
started
one
freestyling,
mic,
that
guys.
was a better
Take
verse
turns. Take turns.
than the 400 degrees joint. When Judy got the freestyle at the end of the joint off the acapella, that was a better round than 400 degrees. Y'all
No,
tripping.
it what? No, it wasn't. You niggas,
Yes,
niggas
it
just like
was.
niggas just like acapellas.
Man,
No, it was the whole
this is
performance
good.
of
Look,
I rode the
this is
beat, I fucked up the
subjective.
performance, the beat cut off, and then I went
Music is
acapella and they had to
subjective,
add some
bro.
lyrics.
Music
The
is
That's
DJ cut the
performance.
beat
music is
off, brother.
subjective.
The DJ cut.
I still
That's
feel like No Limit
orchestrated.
needed
That shit was
mystical.
orchestrated.
Period.
Well, just say y'all biased and we can go to the next
To
topic.
your
It's
point,
not
that's
biased.
Juvie. That's Cash Money. I'm going against a verse for Cash Money. I'm biased with Cash Money.
Me
I
too.
But
know
at the end of the day, the
that's why
catalog
y'all
won.
bucking them right now.
No, the catalog won, bro. The
And
I
catalog
it's
give
won.
you
big
an
and it's
That's
8 to
one of
big
the
2
time.
biggest
But
unanimous
they
sweep.
lost the
eras
Can
battle.
of
I
hip
say
hop.
something? Can I say
They got
something?
two different sounds for real.
Only
They
why you saying that is because of Bout It. If they ain't never
No, I'm
played
not. I'm
Bout
saying
It,
it.
No, I
if
ain't
they ain't
saying
never
it.
played Bout It, you wouldn't have
Nah,
never
bro.
said none
I'm
of that.
saying
No
it.
limit
Not
won
Was
gonna
that.
it
happen,
Chopper
man.
Style? Was it Chopper Style that made you hop about your shit?
Nah, that chopper
That
style
shit
fucked
was
them up
rocking.
though.
That
Don't tell
boy
me they didn't
King
win that
Von
round.
killing that
Chopper
joint.
Style didn't beat I Need a Hot Girl.
Tell me
I
they
give
didn't
them
win that
credit
round,
credit.
Trey.
Say,
Chopper Style didn't beat I Need a Hot Girl. Nope.
Shit.
No way in hell.
Ain't
No
No.
no
way in
day
hell.
on this earth would
No.
Chopper Style
Stop
ever beat
talking
that.
about the
You
catalog.
tripping?
Which one was the bigger hit? You tell me which one sold more
Oh,
records.
it's-
wait, what?
I don't know. Look
I
it
don't
up.
know who was the bigger hit, but
I know
in
what
my
shit meant more
opinion,
to
Y'all,
us.
y'all talking
I
about
know
Out of
what
what
shit
catalog and
meant
which
to
is
song?
us.
bigger. bigger. It sounds very
We didn't give
selective
a
right
fuck
now.
about
No,
no
out of
chopper
what
style.
song?
The fuck?
The chopper
You, I
style
think
No,
and
you
the
no
missing it.
nigga.
motherfucking I need a hot
No
girl.
clap, nigga.
I need a
Chopper
It
hot
style
did
girl
don't
though.
have
better.
no
It
I
have
no
need
no
a hot girl
chopper
did more
style.
numbers
mean
than
chopper
that.
style.
No, it didn't.
Yes,
It
it did.
was.
So look it up.
No, it didn't.
Now look it
Y'all
up.
talking about
You can look
urban
it
hit
up.
versus
Chop,
it went
I
worldwide,
know.
bro.
I
That
know.
Chopper
Hold on.
Style was one of them joints they
I
play
know
at
what.
cookouts,
I need a
fucking
hot
family
girl was
reunions.
off
They
their
play that
first
shit
CD. You know
at
that, right?
goddamn homecomings, all that shit. That is
Niggas
a
ain't playing like
worldwide
that
hit.
shit in
Niggas
the
ain't
South.
playing
What
no Chopper
homecoming they
Style at
play that
family
shit up
reunion.
here?
They definitely, that's a line dance song, bro. What you talking
Chopper
about?
Style?
Yeah, Chopper Style is a line dance. He's
I
right.
That's a
never heard
line
that
dance
shit up
song. That's
my
how I
neck.
know y'all
But I
biased.
Need
Y'all
a
just
Hot
bucking it
Girl
right
was a
now.
platinum hit. You do know that,
It
right?
was a hood classic. It wasn't a fucking
No, it's a
platinum ass
platinum hit.
worldwide
It's
hit.
off their first CD. That I can tell
Boy,
you.
you know what this
That's
remind me of?
tripping.
This
I don't
remind
think
me
you
of the
know, bro.
drip
That's a
fans
platinum
after
CD,
Jada
bro.
washed their ass in Madison Square Garden. They was just like, nah, that shit ain't happening. It happened. It
You tripping,
definitely
bro.
happened. And I told
Nah,
Trey it was gonna happen beforehand.
Got the list out.
somebody look it up.
What
Look
I'm
it up.
also telling you is
And
I
even in
agree
that
with you
battle,
that No Limit catalog was better than the Cash Money, but I can't
it
say that.
wasn't.
They didn't even
It's
play all their
not
No, I'm
songs.
gonna tell
better.
you
It's
why. I
not.
could tell you why it was better.
It's just a lie.
They didn't
They didn't
even
even
Better
play
than
they
that.
Hootie
didn't the
Who.
other 10 rounds. I don't
I
care. I'm
wouldn't have
mad
played
that
Hootie
you
Who,
got that
bro.
First,
vote.
I wouldn't have played
first of
Hootie Who.
all, Mia
Did me.
X alone took the show. If you sitting there
Thank
saying anything
But she
about
took the show. I
juvenile,
don't
Keep talking
agree
about
anything,
with
some Mia
Mia
X,
X took the
bro.
show.
Y'all
I'm telling you, they
tripping.
killing me
you.
with
Ask
that
that
shit,
I
bro.
girl,
know
but that
y'all
don't
old
Y'all
mean
ass.
she
killing me
that
with that
don't mean
shit.
they
And she
won
I
the
know
stood
verses
up
y'all
for
because
old
they had
ass.
her
all
out there.
black women. And she said that. She said that in one of her rhymes. She said a nigga do anything for some pussy. She
We
put
love
Yeah.
that
me and
out
X, but
there.
niggas ain't come to see me and X, nigga. Like, stop
I
fucking
DMX is
know
not
capping,
that
better
Tripping,
niggas
than
ain't
bro.
come
Nicki.
to
like,
see me
So
and
why
X.
the internet
But
say me and
DMX
X
is not
stole the
better than
show if ain't
Nicki.
nobody come to see it? I was waiting for me and X to hit the stage. I was
cause
definitely
me and
waiting to
X
see
gotta
it.
steal the fucking show.
She ain't have to.
I love
yeah,
her
So while
too.
y'all
Don't
sitting
get
here
it fucked up.
saying,
I love Mia too, bro. Don't get it fucked up.
so
But
while
don't
people
act like
sit here
niggas
and
came
use
to see me and X, bro.
people
Like, stop that.
people
Fucking
use
matter.
the excuse of saying like Wayne wasn't there, that's why they lost. It was people from Cash the No Limit that wasn't there either.
yeah,
Man,
they had
Mystical
people
in
from
jail,
Bruh,
C
you
Money
know
in
Mystical
what?
ain't
jail,
there.
neither
right.
one of
Wayne
them was
took over
there.
the world.
People just want to
Nah,
Hey,
you
hop
yo,
on
had
No
Fab,
people
Fab,
from
Limit
each
Fab,
dick
Fab,
quarter.
stop what
because
you
Snoop
doing.
Dogg
Nigga,
came out
what?
Stop what you
and y'all
doing.
was hopping on. That's all.
Stop what
And
you
that's not
doing.
even
You sound
all
like
the
a
people
Wayne
that he
hater.
could have brought
You
out. He
sound like
could
a
have brought
Wayne
out some
hater
more
right
artists
now.
because technically UGK was signed as
Oh no, we're not
Oh,
No
doing
let me
that.
see
Limit at
what.
one
Not
Oh,
point
doing
in
oh
that.
shit! I
time.
got
We're
some
not
people
doing
in
that.
backstage. Let me see what
Do
they
y'all
say.
got the
Nah,
verses
UGK
list?
wasn't signed with him, but he did do a lot of stuff with Scarface in Texas, like all that. They wasn't signed with him. UGK
Dirty.
always been
What
underground
it do,
king for a
Cam?
reason.
What's up, Birdie?
What's up? Y'all seen that versus? What y'all take? We got newcomers to the stage, man.
Nah, I ain't
Before
even
we go
see.
to the next topic.
Yeah, I ain't see it, Birdie. I just seen the clips online.
Okay.
This is
Tell that
a
bitch Turk we gonna fuck with him when we want to.
this a
Little
extra. That's
bitch.
why he spazzed out because they was getting cooked. My man started spazzing on stage, started glitching out there, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Y'all
that's
talking
when
about
that's
some they
when that's when
lost
you
to the
knew they
Wayne.
lost. Verse said
And
that's
Bro,
when
Wayne
they
you
was in
knew
bro,
they
they
Vegas
lost.
lost,
too.
He
bro.
was
They
I
lost
just
the
want to know:
battle. Like,
did they lose based on the songs or the actual performance?
the
Because it sounds like
thank
y'all
you,
performance,
saying
Sheree.
the
two different
Thank you.
All
performance,
the
things.
not the songs,
above.
the
They
performance,
lost
not
Not
the
as a
all of them.
catalog.
collective. They
Let me
That was
lost
a
make
as
sure
a
poor
this
ass
clear.
unit because they
catalog.
was
I
so
hate
unified.
That
I
was
can't
a poor
believe
ass
this.
catalog. They should have
I'm
put
gonna give you the
had other
reasons. They
songs
lost because
that
they
counter
wasn't a
that shit.
unit. They didn't come unified. They lost because of the playlist. They lost because of their energy because
Hey,
they was
Sharice.
all discombobulated.
Watch this, Sharice. What songs did No Limit play?
What songs did No Limit play?
Yeah.
You want me to name all 10 songs?
Yeah,
I don't know. You name
break them
5 of them
all
motherfuckers.
something,
Name something.
bought it.
Break them all, something about it.
Make them
Make them say,
it's the ice cream, man.
um,
I did
Mr.
like
Ice
that one.
Cream Man.
I like that song. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mercedes,
uh,
Mercedes and my boy,
That was my. That's
Mac,
the joint I couldn't think of the name of that joint. Mac
um,
with Mac and Mercedes and them.
Mac and Mercedes joint.
That was that joint. Now, all right,
It
hold.
ain't my fault.
That's my song too. Oof,
Part
Jesus.
Two. That
Chopper
wasn't the
style.
original one with
Chopper style.
Mystical though.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
And
one.
but
I
they
never
wasn't gonna play
played
no
on that one,
mystical
but
shit
yeah,
because
that was part
mystical in
Yeah,
two.
jail
Chopper
for rape.
style.
So
Yeah,
they
yeah, I
wasn't
know
gonna
what he
play
in
none of
jail
his
for.
shit either way.
Yeah.
They
Mhm.
walked around it. That's what I'm
saying that all that shit was very strategic. They
It
played songs
was.
with people that they didn't want to
I
showcase
know we
for
struggled with
Yup.
reasons
these songs. Childhood
Yup.
obvious, but
Loud.
they
What else
still
we got?
played the
Man, what
song.
This
else
was
we got,
one of their
man?
biggest artists. But
What else we got? What else they play?
did they play the Hootie
That's what
Hoo?
I'm saying.
Yep.
Shit, y'all.
No, they
Nah, they
don't need to
didn't.
play
Shit,
Hootie Hoo.
shit
Hootie
that
Hoo wasn't
shit
one
that
of
I'm
we
their
don't
asking.
bangers.
listen to.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Then
Calm down.
didn't we name the Cash Money songs? This shit that y'all would listen to today, bro. What are we
I
talking about?
listen to all that
Name
shit. Now
everything Cash Money play.
I got a No Limit playlist.
No,
I got a
no
Cash
one
Money
stun up on
playlist. I
100
got a Three
degrees.
Six
Get your roll
playlist.
on, still fly. They did a milli, which that broke my heart. Now,
Why?
if I be
Why?
100,
But why though?
a
Why
milli
did they
was
do that? And he
fucking.
not there.
That was a
Because
fucking
they were
garbage.
taking the L and they was
That
throwing
was the
haymakers because
stupidest
they
shit.
desperate. That's why.
I would have preferred him
Exactly.
do stunting like my daddy or something. Like that nigga did a
When you
milli. That broke
desperate
my
and you
heart.
getting your ass whooped, you start throwing haymakers. That's what the fuck they
Yeah,
did. They start throwing
I
haymakers.
give you that. Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
give
that's
you
what
that.
I
Yeah.
wanted to
Now,
say.
performance
Yeah,
wise, they got washed. Cause that a milli, all that shit was a milli was trash.
that's what really.
They
And then you
still won
got
without a
Juvenile
milli
trying
though.
to rap that shit. Come on
Project
now.
Chick, Loud Pipes, bro. They still won without a milli, bro. Like,
No, they didn't.
bro, it just is
Y'all
what it
sound
is,
crazy.
bro.
They
Bro, it
had
just is.
Juvie and BG out that joint
Slow
looking stressed the
motion,
fuck
bro. It
out.
just is what it is, bro.
I
Yeah, it
rather
is.
you to
It's a
say
fucking
that though.
ass.
That slow motion performance, but almost brought tears in my eyes right there.
They
That's some
ain't do
real
Yeah,
shit.
harm.
rest in
They ain't
peace,
do.
The
Slim.
Come on,
Soldier
bro.
Slim, who was part of No Limit.
Yep.
Okay, so I pulled up the track list. So Cash Money did 400 Degrees, Still Fly, Project Bitch, Rich Niggas, Cash Money is an Army, Slow Motion, Bling Bling,
Bling
Set It
bling.
All, Number One Stunner, Get Your Roll On, I Need a Hot Girl, a Millie, and Back That Ass Up. No Limit did, No Limit Soldiers, Break 'em Off, Something, Freak Hoes, How Y'all Do That, Bourbons and Lax, I Can Tell,
Bourbons
It
and
Ain't
Lax
My
was fire.
Fault,
My
Mr.
boy
Ice Cream
Young
Man,
P.
Bout It, Make 'em Say, Chopper Style and Down for my niggas.
They
Hey,
won
my
that.
boy Young
Hey,
P.
Buck.
Awesome.
They won that Bourbons and Lax round for shit show. I give you that.
And my boy
They
They
Young
won that
washed
round.
P.
them,
What's
dog.
They
right?
run the
8-2,
round.
gentlemen sweep.
And be 100, I'm be biased. They won the slow motion round with the Mercedes song just because I haven't heard that song in a long
Yeah,
time.
I love that. I Can Tell,
That
John. I hate on that song.
that's one of my
8-2,
Jones.
gentlemen
That was
sweep.
a good
But
song. Yeah.
8-2, gentlemen sweep. Go
They
watch
did
it again.
no, them niggas
Go
got like
watch it
4.
again
No
without
Limit
your
got like
feelings.
4, bro. They only got like 4. And I'm being
Freak
generous.
Hoes beat Project Bitch.
Go watch it again without your
No,
feelings.
they got
I'm asking everybody that's on No Limit song.
they
Freak
got Bout
hoes,
About
yeah,
It.
freak
Freak Hoes
They
hoes.
beat
got the
Project
They
Jungle
Bitch.
make that whole
Mercedes.
touch her knees in the elbow. That shit was cold. Man, that shit should have been
It,
in New Orleans. If that shit was in New
But
Orleans,
we
y'all would know
understand
them songs.
where it originated at.
I think more people still would have been on Burn Man and them side.
Yeah, I
Chill.
bet you wouldn't
In
have.
New
And I
Orleans.
bet everybody in the crowd would have showed their ass. They'd be like, what the
Hey,
fuck
where the
this
streets finding that, Sharice? I've been looking
nigga?
for that shit. Hey, Sharice, I've been looking for
Like,
that shit all weekend.
What?
The damn track list.
I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Bro, I would have because that was my whole thing, so I can go song by song with these niggas from round by round, so I can prove to them like, what are y'all talking about?
Cause
Performance wise, yes, they got washed, but catalog, like,
so
what are we
look,
talking about, bro? Like,
Trey,
stop.
this
Let's
what I
stop.
need you to do. This what I need all y'all to do. I need y'all to take y'all feelings out the equation, right? First and foremost, separate your emotions.
Bro.
Then I need you to separate the song how you remember it and replace that with the song how they perform the shit that night. Cause you're going off of the way the CD made you feel when you first bought it. You didn't have
No,
all the
I'm going
CDs for
off
context.
even
And how
performance wise, Cash Money started 3-0.
no, they, bro.
Yes, they did. 400 Degrees Still Flying Project Bigs. They started
These
3-0.
motherfuckers came out on stage with their first song. Everybody got the same fucking uniform on. Everybody jumping up and down talking about we soldiers
man,
with the
that No
tank in the
Limit song
background.
just
Y'all talking about
way
these
better than
motherfuckers
that
out
400
performing.
With
degrees. They killed that
P holding the
performance.
mic like this.
I
Nah,
don't give a
fuck
fuck.
out of
He
here,
Facts.
was
bro.
up there
Go look at
jogging. I
Fuck
ain't gonna
out
go
of
hold
look
you.
at
here,
his
bro.
old performance. You gotta go
Fuck
look at
out of
his
here,
old. I'm
bro.
gonna send it to you
These
later.
niggas is
And
60 years
that shit,
old. Y'all sitting here trying to hold their knees against them
and then
because
they
y'all
doing the
cash money
same
Yeah, but
shit they
vibes.
was
you
That
doing
shit
can be
sounds
50 years
crazy.
No,
ago.
you still
I ain't
holding
holding
Cash
no.
Money to
I'm
a
talking about
standard
them
like
niggas
that.
who
He
hold the mic.
performed, so we can hold
No,
them knees against them.
Nah, the knees warmed up as the night went on. The
He was
motherfuckers
good.
got warmed up.
that
I
nigga said
enjoy
the
both
knees
of
warmed up. It's
them.
crazy.
That
As
boy
the night
P
goes
used to
on,
be
them knees
dancing
start
all in the
warming up,
videos
motherfucker.
and
Them boys
stuff,
got the,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
P used to
Y'all
be
got killed,
dancing and
man.
shit back in the day, man. He used to be getting that bounce. He used to be getting bouted. That's how
You
you
hear
used to
me?
know he was getting ready.
You got
Gentleman
nah,
sweep, man. I
that's the
love
fact.
cash money, but that shit was an
Gentlemen
L,
sweep is
bro.
easy work.
Gentleman sweep.
I can't
Eight
believe
to two.
y'all out here thinking Cash Money did something, though. I guess
Cause
I
they
guess when
Ah,
Cash Money
The
as an army came
catalog,
on,
the
you was like,
catalog
yeah,
hey,
we
did
are
something.
army. We are
hey,
ready,
Cash Money
nigga.
had me out my seat more than No Limit. Period.
Hey
We
man,
came
tell me
to
what
hear
year y'all was
the
born
Not
without
gonna
songs.
hold
telling me what year y'all was born.
What? We came to hear the songs. We ain't came to see these old ass niggas perform them.
They all old. They all
Right.
old.
That's why I was like, we going off the song. I'm in here off the song.
So you
Then I'm
got
like,
some
oh yeah,
old
I
niggas
remember
that
that
came
joint.
out during their time,
Okay,
and then you
cool.
got some old niggas that came out acting like they was some young niggas after their time, and y'all gonna act like they both ain't old niggas.
Who was
That's
acting like
biased.
anything?
I don't know. He been biased.
I don't understand. Like,
I can
talk about
appreciate
the
the
song.
honesty.
That's
They
it.
all old niggas.
I appreciate the
We not
What
honesty.
y'all
saying
think about
Birdman did
Young
not crash
Bleed
Yeah,
out.
I'm
though?
being honest.
Young
I
Bleed
get
and
why.
Young
Birdman
Bleed
crashed
and
out for sure.
ICU. You know
I
that,
grew up
right?
in a more of a Cash
Man,
Money.
Young Bleed, that shit made me smile hard as a motherfucker when I seen him bleed out there
Young
on the
Bleed
stage,
came
man.
out there hype, boy.
I
That
still
boy
bump that
performed.
motherfucking my bones and my words to this day. Dog. I play all that shit. So that's why I got a non-biased opinion because I rock with both of them. I remember the CDs when they first came out. I remember the feeling that both camps inspired amongst the rap community. And I know what they both stood for. So to see that shit in real time now, I can give you a non-biased opinion. But that's just me.
That's
I
all right.
just love Cash Money. They came up in the era of the boy bands. It was them niggas rapping, and it was a bunch of boy bands out when they was out doing their thing. Like
That's a fact.
it's just I don't know. I just
And they
bang with
was kissing each other in the mouth.
yeah. I just bang with. I like No Limit too though. So that's why I said it was hard. I didn't want to pick anybody, but you gotta pick somebody. It's a versus, I guess. So
Fucking with y'all, we'd be talking about this shit all motherfucking night. So, so we gonna move on to, man, federal authorities just arrested over 30 individuals tied to illegal gambling and mafia-backed poker games, including NBA stars like Terry Rozier, Hall of Famer coach Chauncey Billups, and Damon Jones. Not Hall of Famer Damon Jones, no disrespect to him, but I want to know from y'all if y'all heard about the NBA gambling / mafia conspiracy with these three people. Also, a lot of the other co-defendants are people from New York crime mafia families like the Genovese or Lucazzi's or Bonanos. I can't really pronounce all of them, but I want to know how y'all feel about this gambling tirade. Do y'all feel about Chauncey and them as the scapegoats? Do y'all feel like they really in a mafia underboss poker game parlay cutting scandal? Or do y'all feel like all this is just a hoax and they trying to cover up something else in the media?
I feel like it's a little bit of all of that, but I feel like this is something we all knew. This just more so proves it in a sense. Everybody already knew it was something going on based off how the games go. You watch them, but yeah, I feel like everybody already knew what was going on. And as far as them being the scapegoats, maybe so. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's more fish in the in the sea, but I feel like I feel like I feel like everybody already knew. You know what I'm saying? To an extent, everybody already knew. Not specifically who, but everybody already knew. And then now it's just more gonna come out. But it's definitely also, in a sense, to deflect from something else. That's my take.
I think they already knew what was going on for a minute, just piling up to get an investigation. Also, feel like you can't mess with Vegas spread or they gonna get involved. You know what I'm saying? Because they definitely we betting on them games, so they realize that now they supposed to lose when they winning, or they winning when they supposed to lose. So yeah, that's my take on it.
in my opinion, all sports and all that stuff is rigged, in my opinion, anyway. So if they doing stuff outside of it, it ain't nothing that haven't been done already. It's just that they just got, excuse me, they just got caught. They just got hemmed up. And when I saw it was all black men, I said, say no more. So I already knew what time it was. That's all I got for it.
Right. So the mob has always controlled gambling. You know what I'm saying? They built the casinos. They control all the rackets and what have you. The the faces that they showed are kind of like the small fish. They're not showing the monsters. I believe, in my opinion, is because they're not faces that are known to the public. So they're doing the shame walk scenario. I personally also think that they need to. I think this kind of came down from Vegas in a sense, but the poker part, like that's not necessarily new either. They've been doing like these secret poker games for a while. It's the tech. So I read the indictment. It's the tech that they was using that this got me like, what the fuck? That was a different level of cheating because they had the table that could read the cards or had like a sensor to tell you what the cards were. They had a whole little quarterback system to where they had a remote operator that was getting the information from the card shuffler, and the card shuffler was like counting the cards and then keeping track of who had what. So the hand that it was dealing to everybody, it would mark them. Then they would report that to a quarterback, and the quarterback would report that to the person with the glasses on and the headset. And then they had the X-ray glasses to confirm that the card holder and the quarterback had the same thing. And then they would give hand gestures on how to play the hand. So there's a whole elaborate scheme. They had some extortion going on. They was fighting over the cheating equipment to where they started turning on each other. It's a whole lot. But all in all, it's always been some type of a level of cheating involved with sports. And like they were saying or alluding to, when a lot of these athletes live above their means, they get kind of caught up in scenarios where they got to end up dealing with bookies and shady figures, so to speak. So it's more of the same. I think Vegas is trying to step in and like put a hold to a lot of this gambling because they are kind of losing money on the side of going out the back door. And then you got all these rigged scenarios. It's not now that it's legal, they're gonna do everything in their power to stop everything that's illegal. So you'll hear a lot more about that shit coming out, and more cheating gambling scandals will be coming out more and more and more. They need to give us our money back from the parlays though, because they've been trying to fucking us over for a while. So that's my take on that.
Free game, what you got? Wayne?
Um, yeah, it's a lot more. It's still going on. They talking about investigating more people like Aaron Rodgers. Um, I was looking at uh Brownie. They talking about LeBron. It's more. It's actually more than just that. But just based off of what we know right now, that's in the news right now, um, I'm I'm just wondering where did it all this just start coming out? Who? And it looks like Gilbert Arenas might have told on them, but I'm gonna just leave that alone. But yeah, it's messed up, man. I that's why I tell people about that betting though. Like it's made for the house to win. I say if you gonna play, you gotta play, get you and get out of there. So I mean, you know, I do hope that it's just not them they catch. I hope they catch a lot more people. Some of these coaches they talking about may be involved. It's a whole ring of stuff. Like this investigation just opened up more. Like it's soccer players. They talking about baseball players. I just hope they get who they get. So like finally it could just finally be out there for some things, especially things that we thought going into championship game whole time is rigged or it was rigged by one person. So yeah, I just hope they catch everybody. No, don't just catch them, just catch everybody with it. So like my man said, we gotta get some of that money back on them parlays because I swear some people selling on purpose. But yeah, that's my take.
What you got on this take, Dirty?
Yeah, man, I kind of agree with everybody was saying. Man, when there's billions of dollars floating through these companies, NBA, NBL, NFL, man, all that shit be rigged, man. It's too much money. They care about their bottom lines. I think a lot of the players, they know what the fuck be going on, and post them being professional athletes, they trying to get their cut of the pie too. So they do, they get little groups and cohorts, and they do little shit like this, uh, to get their piece of the pie too, because they know they doing that shit at the top, and then them officers, they know what the fuck is going on. They played in them leagues, they know what's going on, and I also think they probably was fucking with Vegas too. And they done pissed the wrong people off, or they done got involved with the wrong people, and it triggered the investigation. But uh, man, shit like this been going on for years. It's gonna continue to go on, and they expose it when they want to expose it. Like the federal government, man, they be knowing what the fuck be going on, and they come after you when you trigger the wrong shit. So whether it was they was taking money from Vegas, or they thought they was bigger than the program or the system, or they just went too far with it, I don't know. But I just think it was a group of people doing what the fuck they know was already going on in these sports leagues, and they just ain't got enough pull, enough money, enough relationships to wiggle out of the shit.
So if they said they was investigating these Bama's for 6 years, right? It only take like one loose end to bring down the whole scenario. So like the first couple people, I said I read the indictment. The first dude they hit at the poker game, they cranked him for like $1.5 million. And then the second one was like a couple $100,000 and so on and so on. They got like $7 million total just from the poker game. So it's a good possibility that the first person they cracked for that 1.5 started talking to motherfuckers saying like, hey, it's a shit going on that don't look right. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a domino effect. Or it could have been somebody got caught doing something else on the side, and they was like, hey, I know about these illegal poker games that they have celebrities at, and then they just dropped a dime. Then they watched their ass for 6 years, and then they finally pulled the rug on them, so to speak. So it wasn't like no overnight shit. The Gill shit is real convenient. I still think he probably did say a little something, and that kind of confirms the shit, but
Yeah,
they've
nah,
been
that Gill
watching
shit was
Oh,
crazy.
guys, for no confusion, I don't want us getting sued by Gil as Gil made a
him.
statement in the video. His case is not involved in none of their cases. It's a totally different case. He can't rat on them if they wanted to, if he wanted to. And also another player that got investigated was Malik Beasley, who attorney also came out and said he has not had no cooperation, had no deals, or his investigation from the FBI or from his case has nothing to do with the cases that's involved right now. So
Well, what I
we ain't trying to put Gil in none of this shit or Malik Beasley or nobody
well,
that none of these other niggas.
you ain't gotta put nobody in it. He put himself in it. So Gil can't sue nobody for defamation for something that he publicly said on the internet, whether he
His
was trolling or not.
bro, he's talking about his case. He's not talking about their case. His case came way
No,
before they got locked up.
he came on
Yeah, that's
the
true. That's
same
true.
day that that shit got released, the same day they got locked up. Gil had a show on the arena joint with the joint we had with Nick Young and them. He came out there claiming to be the informant, had a bag that he wrote
Brother,
informants on, trolling the
I'm,
crowd, and then
I
when he
understand
backfired
what you're
on him.
saying. I'm understand what you're saying, brother. But he's talking about his case.
No, he
He's
wasn't. He was
snitching.
talking about that shit. Well, that's fine. I ain't gonna go into the Gil shit.
I'm
I'm just
telling you,
saying.
I know for a fact.
You ain't gotta worry about Gil suing nobody for some shit that he put on himself. Neither does
I don't give a fuck
anybody
about
else.
the suing shit. I'm saying I even researched that his case is not their case. It's two totally different. It's
Yeah, his shit is Cali and they shit in New York.
Damon Jones is the only nigga who has a case that's familiar with Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups as far as the giving information with the like gambling on who's gonna be injured, etc., and also with the poker games with the mafia people. Chauncey
Well,
Billups and Terry Rozier cases are not the same.
no,
Chauncey
they
Billups
don't.
is only involved in the poker game situation. Terry Rozier is only involved in the foot being hurt,
Nah,
parlays, cutting
Terry
games.
Rozier is involved in both cases. That's one.
He's not,
Two,
bro.
I
He's not,
understand.
bro. Terry
He's
Rozier
in
is
the
not involved in the poker case, bro.
Terry
He's involved
Rozier.
in the
What up?
parlay, in not showing up for games and doing the unders and shit like that. He's not involved in the poker game situation with Chauncey
Either
Billups.
Terry Rozier or Damon Jones. One of them niggas is linked to
Damon
both
Jones.
cases.
Yes, him.
That's
Damon Jones
fine.
is linked to both of them. He's the only
That's
nigga that's
fine.
linked to both cases.
All right,
Not
that's
Gilbert.
fine.
Gilbert Arenas is linked to none of those two cases.
Listen, Trey, you ain't gotta over explain, bro.
No, I
The
don't
thing
know.
I'm saying is,
No, because
don't know.
I want us to know what we talking about. Like
I don't
I
know,
know
Five. I
I
just
these
get
are
it.
facts though.
What I'm saying is that we don't know all the facts because they ain't did a discovery yet. So the mob is in
No,
almost every
what I
state.
just said is public
Gambling is in
record
every
is
state.
the facts. That these are three separate cases. Those are the facts.
There's three separate cases, but they can also overlap.
Hey,
That's
Five,
called
look though,
replay.
Five. I just Googled the jump. The jump do say, yes, Miami Heat player Terry Rozier has been indicted by federal authorities in a widespread NBA gambling investigation. The charges stem from alleged illegal sports betting scheme that took place between December 2022 and March 2024 during the time he played with the Charlotte Hornets.
Nah, it's Damon Jones is
Yeah.
linked to the gambling and the
That ain't nothing that I
poker.
disagree with or didn't say. But the poker situation with Chauncey Billups is different. The Gilbert Arenas situation, him letting
So
niggas come to his
it's
house and gamble, is different. Those are
it
three different cases. That's all I'm
yeah.
saying, guys.
So it's multiple
They two
different
different. Hold on,
gambling cases.
there are very there are two things that are they both are common denominators in them both. They both are illegal poker games run, and they both are ran by the mafia.
No,
So
one is not illegal poker rent. The only one that's
it's
not
both
illegal
is
poker
illegal.
game is Terry Rozier, bro. That's the
No, Gill
unders
case,
and the
the Gill case, and the Chauncey Billups case are both illegal poker rings ran by mafia
okay,
affiliates.
okay. I give you that. I give you that one. I don't know about
So
mafia
we
because
don't know
I
how
don't know about
completely
mafia,
connected
but
they are because it was
They're
Albanian
not
in
ran by the
Chauncey
mafia.
Billups
He
case.
yeah,
received
Gil
money.
don't have mafia implications though,
Nah,
bro.
he do.
So,
He
Yes,
was
they
but
do.
they was
He was renting his
not
house
from
to the
those
mafia.
four families, not from them four New York
We
families.
don't know
No, he
what the
does not.
families
What are
is.
we
We
talking
didn't
about?
know this. We don't know who the families were. We just know he was renting his house to
They're
some
not from
Albanian
those four
mafia.
New York families, nigga, because it's 30 niggas that got indicted, and none of them niggas is
Trey,
from Gil case. What
Trey,
are we talking about right now?
I
Y'all niggas
said
is
they're
talking in
both.
circles to try to sound
You're not. You're just
right
trying to
when we
overly
all saying
prove
the
the
same
fact that
things,
they're
but
not connected.
it's
I
just
said that
simple.
already.
It's just nuances. So all I'm
I
saying
understand.
is when niggas saying Gil is snitching on these niggas, when niggas making statements like that, that's just not true, bro. That's
So
all. I put a
what
little
all these
sauce
niggas
on it.
got gambling
Hold on,
cases,
hold on.
cuz?
We don't have to act like we Gilbert Arenas is fucking lawyer. Gilbert Arenas got on the
We
internet and
don't give
said
a
that he was
fuck
snitching.
about Gilbert Arenas, bro. We don't give a
Okay,
fuck
so
about him.
it's public. It's a public narrative that he put out there. So whoever want to say it can say it.
He's
That's out the
snitching
way.
in his
Cool.
case,
We
not in
don't know
somebody
who he's
else's
snitching on
case.
because we don't have the paperwork. We don't know who he's snitching on.
Oh my fucking god.
Hold on. All these niggas got gambling cases?
Yes, and they all
Man,
got caught around the same
This
damn
shit real
time.
simple. You niggas making this shit so complicated. I
I
don't
ain't know
know if
all
it's
them
for the
niggas had gambling
hyperbole
cases.
or for the satire, but it's like it's really just real simple. It ain't even that serious. All them niggas getting bagged for doing the wrong shit. They all implicated to the NBA. That's what they got in common. Damon Jones got a case in common with two other niggas. All of the other niggas' cases, the other three niggas' cases are not in common. So it's like that's
So
just real simple. That's like public fucking records.
so all
That's
these
not
niggas
saying
is
none of the shit
gambling.
y'all said was wrong. It's just understanding the nuances of indictments and the court system. It's like it's not that complicated.
We understand that shit, and we still call it Gilbert Arenas.
Nah, not of that conversation we just had. Y'all niggas is wilding.
No, we not. I'm telling you, that they all have gambling cases, and two of those cases involve the mafia. That's what I said. And I
Oh.
Yeah,
said
that was a given.
Gil put the narrative out on the internet that he was snitching, and then we got into the weeds of who he was snitching on. He said he was snitching
Wow.
on everybody.
I
So
mean,
if
but do we expect niggas like Gil
Everybody
and
in
NBA players
his
not to snitch though? Like, do we not expect
I,
them
I
not to
don't, I,
cooperate?
I definitely expect him to cooperate. That's why I'm trying to figure out why we trying to clear his name so much. But that's the point.
it's like if a nigga snitch on you, but a nigga don't snitch on me. But He can
He's
still
still a
be a
snitch.
snitch. A nigga
He's
not
still a
trying to
snitch.
protect him and say he's not a snitch. I'm just saying, nigga, he snitched on Buck. He ain't snitched on me. What the
We
fuck?
don't know who he
That's
snitched on,
simple.
so we shouldn't be
That don't
trying to
mean he not
clarify
a
him as being
snitch,
a
bro.
non-snitch. That's all I'm saying. We don't know who he did
We
or
don't know
didn't
he
completely
snitched
snitch
either,
on.
though. That's what I'm saying. You want to bring the context of
I'm
we don't
bringing
know
the
nobody and
context.
we don't know he did. Guess what? We don't
I'm
know he did snitch either. So
I'm bringing
regardless
the
of what he
context
said,
of what he
both of
I
those
said out
things
of
are
his
true.
mouth.
I
There's
That's
no
it.
I'm
understanding it. Like,
I'm willing
I'm
to
bringing
put
the
my
context
bottom
of what
dollar
he
that
said.
every one of them are going to cooperate in that case. Every single
Fuck
last
yeah.
one of them are going to cooperate.
All of it.
in their own cases, yes.
For
You
sure.
fucking right. They gonna cooperate.
Right, and keep in
For sure.
mind, it's corporate America. Like, this ain't no street situation.
Yeah,
Like, this is
yeah. Oh,
corporate America.
Yeah,
yeah.
right. Saving them niggas. Hey, I'm just saying the nigga. I believe the nigga ain't snitch on them niggas, but he snitched on the niggas in his case. That's the
It's,
simple statement. It's
it's
not
like
caping for Gil. That's not none of that. The nigga's still a fucking rat, or he joked about being a rat, or what the fuck? It's all the
that
same.
that shit don't even exist in a world. Like being a rat and a snitch. That shit don't even exist.
He already ratted in his own case when he got bad. The nigga, he been that type of nigga. Like, that ain't nothing new about him. That's his
Yes,
character.
these niggas is professional athletes. These niggas,
Right,
them niggas don't give a fuck about no snitch. Nigga,
right,
call me what you want, nigga. I'm not going
right.
to jail.
They
Now
millions
they'll
for
fake
shit.
it and they'll do shit to get paid and contracts and wear the cool stuff or act like it's cool. But nigga, when that shit hit that doorstep, them niggas
And then,
9/11.
and then they get, you know what I'm saying? This is for gambling. And now, given the stakes of it, you know what I mean? This big shit. But they
That
not,
ain't no
like you
bullshit
said,
though.
yeah,
Gambling ain't no
like,
bullshit.
right, this
No,
is big shit, but
they control the stakes.
this
Yeah.
ain't like no violent crime situation, but even still, like, it's a lot of people involved, it's a lot of money involved, a lot of power involved. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? This could fuck up a lot of shit. It is gonna fuck up a lot of shit. So
nigga.
it's a lot to go into it. So everybody that's involved, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of stake with what they could say, you know what I'm saying, what they looking at they self. If they don't say, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot to it. But I think,
Yeah.
like I said, I think they all gonna give them information because they all trying to get back home, so back to their life or whatever. But even still, after this, ain't nobody life gonna be the same.
Nah, for sure. But it ain't gonna just be gambling. They gonna hit them with like money laundering charges. They gonna hit them with anything that got to do with money and you hiding money and paying people under the table. They trying to spank you with it.
And that
Nah,
nigga Chauncey
facts.
just got in. I think he just got inducted in the Hall of Fame and everything. Damn, B.
And if
Look,
they got
now not
niggas like
now look,
Chauncey
not
Billups,
to put bro under the bus, but I ain't gonna lie, Brian ass ain't never miss a starting a home, starting game in his whole
Man, I
career.
ain't gonna A5. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Niggas like Tom Brady, LeBron James, bruh. Them niggas is like they too big, bro. Them niggas is too they so big that's I kind of look at it like niggas like Donald
But
Trump. Like them
this
niggas
is
is too big to take them niggas down. They know too much shit about the big like they just know too
nah,
much.
facts.
You
His
can't
ass
take
ain't
niggas down.
playing in them games right now. He got
nah
maybe
though. Bron shit is a little different. I think Bron got dragged into it. So like that's no different than all right, let's say me and Trey, we motherfucking homies and shit. We grew up together, this, that, and the third. I make it to the NBA, you my homie, we still be rapping or whatever. You call me on the phone like, man, what's up, man? You ready for the season? Like, man, I ain't even playing tonight. I just pulled my groin, but that shit ain't on our report. I'm just talking to my homie. You take that shit and go bet the odds on it because it's not public information. That don't make me guilty. I was just having a conversation with my homie. That ain't the same as like he's in on the scheme saying like, hey, don't tell nobody I told you, but I ain't playing tonight. That's something totally different. You know what I'm saying? So that's another
Yeah, they
thing you
gotta
gotta
look at
kind of
that.
like,
They got like, bro. Even if even if you talk about it and agree to it, you don't even gotta do it. But if you agree to it, that's conspiracy. Like you don't even gotta do the shit.
yeah,
But
because what wouldn't you think it'd be in there
you know of it.
contractually that you should not tell your health whereabouts? I'm talking about all the way down to the detail of
hell
what you
yeah,
weigh.
hell yeah,
Nigga, we still don't know how tall KD is.
hell yeah.
To how tall you is, to how much you weigh, to whatever your physical condition, it should be
Yeah,
contractually. So if you're just telling your man on the phone, nigga,
you
that
can't do that
yeah,
shit,
I strained my groin. Nah, nigga, you
bro.
liable. Fuck
You
you
think
mean?
them niggas
You an
is getting
athlete.
paid
But
20,
that's not
30,
always
40, 50 million a year and they ain't got them in them contracts? You
that's
got
not
that
always in your
motherfucker.
contract. Though. Everybody's contract is very much different. Everybody's fine print is different. So when somebody got the franchise in the palm of their hand, you don't have all that little tedious literature in your contract, especially if you ain't
No,
known
I
for
could go
making
with that. I
games.
could go with that. I
So if
could
you
go
got
with
an
that.
injury history, they're gonna make the injury clause to say if you get hurt by this week or if you get hurt this, that, and the third, your contract is on the board. Braun ain't got none of that shit in his motherfucking contract. He
No,
one of
for
the only
sure.
people to leave with a no trade clause.
For sure.
So it
But
ain't like he restricted from talking to my family members about how I feel today. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, it's nuances to it. All that shit got a different little variable to it. But Chauncey and them definitely going down though. They're gonna be the fall guys. But you gotta also look at it
yeah,
like this. For them to have all that information, they've been watching them for 6 years. So it don't necessarily mean that they was snitching. Somebody else was snitching way before
But
they even knew it.
you gotta watch your if I'm paying you hundreds of $1,000,000, yeah, nigga, you better watch your mouth to your family members.
100%,
Fuck you talking
100%,
about, fuck nigga.
100%.
I ain't
Tell
trying
them
to hear
Nigga,
Bron
that
to
there,
watch
shit,
his mouth.
ain't
LeBron.
nobody trying to
Yo,
hear you
fuck
told
ass.
your cousin
Yeah,
that you
LeBron.
weren't playing
Yo,
today.
Ain't
Hey,
I don't want to
nobody
hear
telling
LeBron.
Bron what to do.
You was just depressed. Nah, fuck nigga.
You trying to hear that
LeBron, you
shit.
better shut your ass up.
say
Fuck
five.
you
What you gonna do if
Straight up.
Y'all sound crazy.
get
Bron, nobody
Dallas?
telling Bron who to talk to and who not to talk to. It's fucking Bron, bro.
Man,
You're
hey,
not
listen,
telling me
Niggas
who to
that's
Bron.
talk to.
saying Bron, nigga.
Yeah, yeah, you
This
tripping,
what I be
bro.
saying about
You
niggas.
tripping.
Bron ain't Bron without the NBA, bro.
Nah, for sure,
So,
for sure. He
so
ain't
stop
bigger than the
acting like
program. He ain't bigger than the
right. Like
program.
Bron has
stop playing
built the
so much.
legacy in and outside the NBA. He makes just as much money
No,
outside the
he built a
NBA.
legacy through the NBA. Without the NBA, he
Guess
wouldn't have
what?
no legacy. Like stop
Tomato,
playing so much.
tomato, nigga. He makes just as much
Nah,
money outside the NBA now as he do in the
no,
NBA. Probably more.
because he showed his value in the NBA.
That's
He would have
fine.
never
That's
got
done now.
checks from outside the NBA if
That's
he never showed his
that's
value in the NBA, bro. What are you
But
that's
but
talking
done
about?
but
now. We're done with
but
it.
not
That
only
legacy
that,
is
bro.
over.
Bron ain't no motherfucking no nigga that just
Oh,
bro.
oh,
Bron play the
what?
game. Bron play the game. He
Yeah,
he
he's not no
he.
nigga that's gonna throw a game and shit.
No. I'm saying, look at niggas like Kanye, for example, right? Niggas who is outspoken, gonna do what they want. Them niggas will show you. Them corporate niggas will show you, bro. We'd take that shit. You want to go to war with us? We could. We could go to war. Niggas like Bron ain't bucking niggas like that, bro.
Yeah,
Niggas,
tripping.
he is not bucking them
You
Right.
see
niggas,
how
bro.
So
he
describe to me
motherfucker
what
attend
you
her
mean
with
by
China.
bucking. What do you mean by bucking? By
I'm
bucking, I'm bucking because I'm talking to my man about not playing tonight.
I'm saying, if we tell you not to say something, you better shut the
Yes,
fuck up.
Who telling me not to say nothing though? What
the
gives you
nigga
a
that's
reason to
paying
tell me
you.
not
The
to say
people who
nothing?
Cause I'm
paying him, bro.
paying you.
The
Cause
niggas
I'm
who
I have
paying
paying
him.
you,
never,
bro.
I have never jumped outside of the lines. I never gave y'all a reason not to trust me. I've always been y'all cash cow. Why the fuck do you feel like you got to tell me any motherfucking thing? I'm
It's
not
just
the one that you
contract,
gotta be
bro.
out there.
It's just in the
I ain't never got
contract.
into
Like,
no
we
legal
gotta
Because I'm
say
trouble.
it.
paying
I
you.
ain't never had.
Yeah, are you serious right now?
Yeah,
I'm
cause
dead
we
ass
got,
serious.
bro.
Some niggas you
Bron
got
gotta
put
sign the
guardrails on.
contract,
Some
bro.
you don't.
Bron gotta
Bro,
sign the contract. He gotta sign the
you
contract.
gotta sign a contract. I guarantee you that contract don't say you can't talk to your family members about if you playing tonight.
It probably don't specifically say that, but it definitely say you cannot tell
It probably
motherfuckers
do.
if you not playing or if you is playing or you might not play in game 5. So you can't tell people that, bro.
So why the
That is
fuck did he tell
privileged
his man that?
information. That's
Why
privileged
did he tell him?
information,
Why
bro.
did he tell him that? If Braun is not gonna buck the system because these folks is gonna check him and take all his work and whatnot, why did he tell him that if that's in his contract? Because he ain't never broke a contract before. So why would he break a contract now? For something that stupid that he ain't even getting no money off of. His man
No,
would get
bro.
the
We
money.
we, we not
You
saying
saying you the
Bron.
only one saying he broke the contract.
Yeah, I'm
I
saying
didn't. I
Bron
said
gonna
he
do
don't
what the
have a
fuck they tell
contract
him
that
to do.
states that he can't talk to his man. Y'all said that shit in his
How you
contract. I
know
didn't say
that?
that
How you know that?
because he did it. That's how I know that.
He did it. How
Then
you know
his
he
ass
He
did
gonna
it?
go
did
to
it. He
jail.
talked to
If
his
he did
man.
it,
He
his
told
ass
his
gonna go to
man,
jail.
"I'm not playing," and then his man placed a bet on it. So if it
His
was in
ass
his
probably going to
contract,
jail.
if it was in his contract, and he's so worried about his image and breaking his contract and not bucking master, why the fuck would he do that then? That's what I'm asking y'all.
I hold
So
up.
I
Explain
look,
that
but
again.
why he didn't show up for the home? Why he didn't show up for the season and opener when he showed up for the season and opener every single
So this my
year in
last
his
season.
career?
I'm not tripping
Yeah,
off
I
y'all
bet.
niggas. That's
Nah,
why.
I bet. Cause a
I
nigga
got
trying to
Yeah.
get
my
his
son
legal team
drafted.
together.
I got my motherfucking money together. I got all my
Man,
businesses
I hope it's
aligned. I'm
not
on
true,
my
bro.
way
I
out.
hope
I'm gonna
it's
do
not
what I
true,
want
bro.
to do.
Yeah, they
Now
talking
I
about
hope it's
y'all
not
under the
true.
investigation too, Trey Five. Dallas Cowboys.
That's
Your
cool.
boy.
Stephen A. Smith wanted them. Skip want LeBron and Stephen A. Smith want they asked for him to be for them to be investigated. I said, God
Stephen
damn.
A. saying this gambling shit is Trump. Hold up, man. These niggas, Eric, we all just be talking. This all
I
we all
think
got
so
opinions.
too. I don't know what's going
We
on.
do
This
our
is
I
own
just know
Bradley.
research and
they
we have
trying
our
to
own opinions.
investigate a whole
I'm
bunch of
gonna
people
lock
now.
everybody up so they don't lock my
LeBron
ass.
and his son. They trying to Bronny and Anton. Anton, what's his name?
Who?
Anton.
Bryson or something.
No.
Bronny and
Not
Bryson.
the other son. Anton. They on their team. Bronny James and some I think it's Anton. Anton. I think that's what it was. They said. Yeah,
I don't
there's a whole
know.
bunch of people they about to run up and well, they're asking to be investigated.
But
Man, them
Bronny
niggas
ain't
ain't
really
gonna
on
pull
that
up shit on
indictment.
LeBron.
Yeah. It's a lot
We
of
don't
fishing because
know.
Bronny ain't on that indictment.
I
Who's
don't think
on
so
that
either. I think
indictment?
LeBron got his shit airtight.
Yeah,
They
LeBron
locked up
shit tight.
33 motherfuckers, including certified mob members. They got capos, they got associates, they got all these different variables of characters, and his name ain't nowhere in the indictment. This shit ain't got nothing to do with him.
Who,
If it was
LeBron?
going, yeah,
Yeah,
they
no,
already
I agree
indicted
with that. I
33
agree.
people. So if they was going to indict him or name him, they just did it already.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So
He
it's
he
fishy.
he too big of a nigga not to name him if he got something to do with it.
Oh, thank you. If he was guilty, they'd have definitely looped his ass in there because they'd have looped his ass just to be the biggest name on the indictment.
Nah, for sure. That's a fact.
He ain't on the indictment now, but don't mean he not gonna be
I
indicted later.
disagree with that. I think the fact that he is that big, he would never be in the first row of indictments. Like, what are we talking about?
That's what
He's
I'm
such
saying. He might
he's
not
such a
be
big
right
nigga.
now.
Why would he ever be in the first row of indictments?
Right.
All right. So who was the
Dirk
small fish
wasn't
that
in the
fucking
first row of in indictments.
who was the
Dirk
small
wasn't
fish?
in the first row of
Who
indictments.
was the small fish on Puffy's indictment?
LeBron too fucking big to be in the first row.
No, he's too fucking big to not be on the first round. That's the big fish. We gotta lock him in first because he got money. And if we lock his friends up first, guess what he's gonna do? Lawyer up and clean the trail. We're
No,
not
He
gonna
got
deal
lawyer.
with
He
you
got a
lock
lawyer. He got a
no,
lawyer
you
up
lock the
anyway. We get
small fish up
yes
first
to get him to turn on the
to,
big
to, to,
fish
to, to, to get a case against his ass. Cause he coming with a
bro.
or that
$1
to
million
get a
or
stronger
more
case.
lawyer.
I'm
It's
not gonna
not
let
what you
you
know
know
him
that I'm
for, it's what
saying.
you can prove. And if he got a good lawyer, probably can get him up, they gonna come after him last.
But the
Cause
If
only
I
thing
had
about
it,
they don't
LeBron,
want to
it ain't
get the
even about
case.
what you can prove. LeBron can't even be indicted. That's how
nothing.
clean his shit is. Like, you know what I'm saying? He can't even. So all
If
his shit got to be proactive.
if I'm the feds, I'm not gonna let you be proactive because you got the resources to react. I'm gonna hit you
That
when you
If
I
blindsided,
you
see what
the
bro.
he's
I'm not
saying
feds,
with
gonna
you
that.
going
hit you, you know
if you the
what's going
feds,
on and
nigga,
put
you
you
know
on a
you can't miss. You can't
so I'm
miss
gonna
on a
go at
nigga
you
like
first.
LeBron, bro.
Exactly. So why I'm gonna launch listen
If
to
we
what you're
can't,
saying, Trey.
To
No.
what
Just
Wayne
think
said,
about what
if
you're
we
saying
can't
for a
build a
second.
case, if we
Think
can't
about what
build
you're
a
saying
case and
for
we
a
can't
second,
get
Trey.
niggas to flip on you, then we will never shoot at you.
Think
We just
about what
gonna
the
get the
brother's
niggas we
saying,
got.
bro.
Why we ever put you in the first row,
Right.
miss
You
our
playing
shot,
devil's you playing
miss
devil's
our
advocate.
shot. That
And
doesn't
I
make sense, bro.
appreciate it, but I need you to use some real like criminal logic for a second. If
I
you
just gave it to
are
you.
somebody who
You just ain't
has
listening.
a bunch
You
of
responding.
resources, I'm not going to spook you by locking up the little fish just to put you on an indictment later so you can have a heads up on it. I'm not gonna lock nobody up. If I'm
All
waiting
right,
for the big
I
fish,
ask you a
I'm
question
gonna
then.
let everybody sit and I'm gonna wait till I got all my evidence and I'm gonna lock everybody up at the
Criminal
same time.
logic, right? Criminal logic. Would you rather? What you think is more dangerous? Spooking the big fish or shooting at the big fish and missing?
It's the same thing. Shoot at the big fish, you just spooked it.
Bro, you what? What? Yo,
It's the same fucking thing.
based off the context of what we saying, no, it's not. We just had a whole conversation of how it's not the same thing. Like, what are you talking about?
I can hear that conversation because he's
Shooting
spooking a
at him
big thing.
is indicting
Shooting
his
at you.
ass in the first row.
Keep going on.
Indicting
No,
his
that's not
men is
shooting.
spooking him. Like,
That's
what?
bringing him in and locking him up with an
Yeah.
indictment. I'm not shooting at. Shooting at him is locking up the little fish so he knows that we're shooting in that direction. then he can go get his bulletproof vest and all his mans, and they can put a shield up around him so that we can't shoot at him again. It's not the same, bro. They're not gonna lock him up,
You
or
think
not. They're
Damon
not gonna
Jones,
let him
Terry
free.
Rozier, and Chauncey Billups is the same as LeBron, and they all should be indicted in the same case?
If
Then
LeBron was tied
there
to
you go,
that
brother.
case,
Then we just gonna agree to disagree.
if
That's
he
all
was
I can
tied
say,
into
bro.
that case and they had some evidence on LeBron, they'd have locked his ass up and put him in that indictment. That's what I'm telling you. They're not gonna let him walk free while they lock up the little guys and hope that they can get more evidence on
How
him.
much
Now that
evidence
they
is evidence?
proof
You
him.
gotta
If he involved, he involved, bro. Like that's pretty much what it is.
involved in being able to prosecute somebody and indict them is two totally different things.
But
Involvement is just being involved. Involvement is like you said, just conversations of him having a conversation with his man, and his man just happened to take that information and do the wrong thing.
yeah, that's
If
me talking to my man.
what we say if he ain't contractually agreed to certain things like that, then he cool. Why would they ever indict him for shit like that? That doesn't make sense.
He didn't do shit. That's what I'm saying.
But
That's what I've
if
been
they get
saying the
on
whole
niggas'
time.
ass and they find that he may have more involvement or something, but that ain't enough, but they got, why would they
Just
ever do that? This
answer
case,
me.
you know the feds go years and they make sure they got you. So if this case could get them information to other people, which they keep fucking saying to other people and other things, it's gonna make them open other cases.
The feds don't investigate for 6 years to launch a criminal indictment to arrest people to close the case just to keep investigating it.
I don't even think LeBron would have a reason to even be involved with that though.
No, he don't.
I don't even.
And if he did, he
That's
would have
my whole
just did
point.
that
Like, why
indictment.
would he ever get indicted like for the in the first row? And if he do have an involvement, he wouldn't get indicted right now with these niggas. Fuck ass.
If he was involved, his ass would
We
be.
gonna find out later about LeBron.
We found out about LeBron already. He told his man that he wasn't
Just
feeling
like
like.
Diddy, bro. They
Because if
got
you think
Diddy,
about it,
Cosby. They got all these niggas while they was asleep when they wasn't the niggas. They ain't
because if
get
you
them
think
niggas while they
about
was
it,
the niggas.
they said they involved with the mafia, right? So the mafia involved with the parlays and shit like that. They don't need big fish. They just need pieces. So they're gonna get who they can get. As long as they got enough motherfuckers that play on a consistent basis that we can get to get the stats we need, they cool.
Not to indict Chauncey. I think Chauncey is a big fucking fish. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm confused. I think he a big fish, but he's
Chauncey
still
Nah,
is a
not.
hell
He's
no.
Terry
still not
Rozier
fucking
too.
LeBron.
He's
Anybody in
a
the
No,
hell
NBA
Terry.
a big
No,
fish. They all
Damon Jones
professionals.
and Terry ain't nothing compared to no motherfucking Chauncey Billups. He's an
no.
NBA champion, star his team, real
Not
nigga,
facts.
a
So you
current
gotta,
coach. This never happened to a current coach, bro. This is like history in
Yeah,
the making.
right.
yeah, but listen to the context of what we talking about. You talking about celebrity and life achievement. The fans don't give a fuck about that shit. The big fish to them is the nigga that's running this whole way. Chauncey is a small fish. He's a pond in a bigger scheme. His name is a big fish to you with air quotations. We think he's a big fish because he's a big fish
Shit.
to us.
So
The
where's
big
yeah,
man
but
on
where's
that
Chauncey
indictment
kid?
is the prosecutor and Chauncey running that shit. Those are the big fish. Chauncey's a head
Shit.
on. He's not a
Think
big fish.
Chauncey is shit me. I ain't
They
trying.
big fish
See, no, no, no.
regardless, bro. They all
I ain't about to.
professional
Yeah, I ain't about
athletes,
to
bro.
argue Chauncey being a big fish.
They
Because I'm
all
not trying to make
professional
it seem like
athletes,
I
bro.
want LeBron to get indicted or Chauncey, because that's not what I'm
Right,
on. I'm just saying,
right.
No, I'm just saying.
logically
It's just
speaking,
perspective.
yeah, I
I'm
just
talking
don't
about
think.
the case itself. We just like forget the name. The case itself, the case, the indictment, the whole thing. They are very, very, very low on the totem pole as far as the functionality of that situation. The people that's organizing the games, the people that's buying the equipment and putting all that shit in place, they're the big fish. It was getting
Yeah.
Charging was getting paid like 2.5% of the payout. So if motherfuckers got hit for like 200,000, they gave him like $2,500 off the payout.
No, I ain't see
That
no
sound
shit
like a
like that.
big
That don't
thing.
even make
Read
sense.
the,
I
Right.
read
don't
the
see
indictment.
Chauncey taking no fucking
Read
two
the
twenty five
Right.
indictment.
hundred.
It's online. It's
Fuck
public
out of here.
information.
Hell no.
Go.
Ain't nobody
Hey,
doing that for
listen.
that.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't even trying to
Listen.
argue Chauncey case. It's gonna like, nah, I fuck with nah, hell nah.
Go read it. That's all I'm gonna tell you before I get off here. Go read the indictment.
Hell
You'll be
no.
way,
Hell
way
no.
more informed on the ins and outs of the case. Go read it. It's free. 22 pages. It tell you a whole scheme. And it lets you know just how much the names that they put on Sports Center are the lowest names on the totem pole as far as their case is concerned. You got three mob families, the Gambinos, the Bananos, and the fucking Genoveses. If you
And the
think Chauncey
Makazi's
Billups
is
is
full.
the biggest,
And look, this is an ongoing case, so we
it's
gonna
only
mess
three on
around
the
and bring
indictment.
we gonna mess around and bring this up on the Sice Room again, man. But we definitely gonna get to somebody who I guess is known as an official snitch when we get into the bipartisan breakdown, man. All right, man. Al Sharpton, man, civil rights icon, recently claimed he's functioned as an informant in certain type of investigations. It's a video that came out, and I want to know from the panel, how do y'all feel about Al Sharpton's recent statements? And is it lines to snitching or informant or ratting, or is it all the same?
Many of us are condemned for not fighting crime. That's with 5 seconds. And now we're condemned for fighting crime. I was never told I was an informant with a number. So in my own mind, I was not an informant. I was cooperating with investigations. The conversations were recorded, and I would record them today if somebody threatened.
All right, panel. How y'all feel about these situations?
He said on my mind. But that head, he got a lot on his mind. I already knew, like, once I started to like get into the research and like study law, you know what I'm saying, and politics and whatever, and jurisdiction and stuff like that. I already knew he was a double agent. You know what I'm saying? Al Sharpton, he coming out and expressing how he was an informant. He needs to express how he's an agent in the so-called black community, and that's my take on that.
What you got, Sharice?
I'm sorry, my bad. I feel like anytime anyone like puts themselves in a position where they're cooperating with the FBI, ultimately it's because they have something on you. I'm not buying that he went to them because his life was threatened and that in return you're wearing a wire. No, I'm not buying that. They had something on you and you cooperated with them folks and indicted people or whatever you did. It's sad to me too, because I feel like it's a lot of people who pretend to be these type of advocates and type of civil rights leaders and stuff, but whole time they definitely be in full 100% cooperation with these people. And I'm not buying his story at all. I'm not buying what he's selling. Like, there's no way you didn't know what you were doing or you weren't well aware of it. If you're wearing a wire or doing anything like that, that you like cooperating is just that. It is just that. I don't know why he's trying to mince the words. So that's just kind of my take on that.
Yeah, I agree with Sharice. She has some very solid points. But my thing is, like, it's news to the media, I guess, like, to be on the media like that. But this is, like, something that I feel like everybody has talked about for years. Like, if I'm not mistaken, there's been rumors about this for years. Like, I've been hearing about this since I was a kid. Like, he kind of looked like it, too. He looks slimy. Anyways, that's my take.
Yeah, I agree with Z and Sharice. They came out in the 80s and said that he was an informant. So, and people been knew about him being an informant. That's why I'm so surprised that people acting like this news for real. I mean, it probably is to a lot of people, but for the most part, I thought this was something everybody already knew. He been an informant. The nigga had a briefcase that was recording and will record, certain interactions he had with, certain families. And it's like, nigga, what? He said in his mind. So yeah, in your mind, you could convince yourself whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you cooperated with investigations and you recorded conversations, and you gave them evidence, and he always been around. And like A said, he's an Asian in a sense, you know what I mean, or not even in a sense, he is the Asian. So yeah, I agree with everybody so far. That's my take.
Um, yeah, Al. I feel like he's kind of wild for what he did, bro. Like a lot of people, put their trust in him, um, and they shared sensitive things with him just based off of who he was supposed to be. I don't know, just another. I don't know what we call it, but it's another person that's broke the code. No what really more to say on that.
What you got, Wayne?
Yeah, I'm with my boy. I thought everybody knew, man. Al Sharpton was a big time dope dealer. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I thought everybody knew this, but yeah, he's an informant. I like my boy said in the beginning, a double agent. That was good right there. I definitely agree with that. Uh, Dude been telling on people. I don't know why he lying about telling on, or he in his own mind. I mean, but who knows why liars lie? I mean, I guess they just do. So yeah, he's definitely a informant, snitch, a rat, all that. I mean, but what I can't, no, I can't say nothing else. He a rat. Yeah, that's it.
All right. With the government shutdown dragging on, the USDA warns that SNAP benefits could stop by November 1st. Panel, who is responsible and what does this mean for the culture?
Um, well, oh man, it's that's a who's responsible is kind of a sticky question, bro. Some people say it's the Republicans, some say the Democrats. I feel like a little bit of both for real, bro. The Republicans are super money hungry, and the Democrats, bro, they looking out for the people, but for the most part, they they sign off on a lot of fucked up things. Um, I feel like what I feel like with them cutting off the benefits right now, it's gonna be rough for a lot of people. But I don't know, bro. Man, it's fucked up, bro. A lot of people been depending on these benefits for so many years, and just to cut them off because of y'all own greed is a little wild. But for people to be like how Ace was saying, like for people to be solely relying on that is a little wild too. Because people should be able to fend and be able to, you know what I'm saying, like support themselves and their family without needing government assistance. But it's like at this point, people became really relying on that, and just to cut it off because of, like because the Republicans can't um get it. I mean, it's like I said, it's wild on both parties, bro. I don't know, bro. It's just nowadays. But it's just you said how? The Republicans control everything. Is it?
What you got, Sharif?
Yeah, so from what I've been reading up about this entire government shutdown situation is that ultimately, you got the Democrats blaming the Republicans and the Republicans blaming the Democrats. I do feel like this government shutdown is more Democratic based. I think that they wanted this government shutdown to take place. because something about wanting to give illegal immigrants health care, and the Republicans ain't sliding for it. Then it's something about a bill that the Republicans want to pass, but the Democrats don't like it unless they add those elements to the bill. So there's a lot of back and forth and hoorah about that. I just think it's sick that they can't, it's 535 bozos and they all can't come to an agreement. And I just think it's really stupid and it's sad. I think that ultimately everyone is going to be affected by SNAP benefits not being able to come into play, because people who get them, it's the benefits goes to the grocery stores. It goes, it's all a trickle effect kind of. So I still feel like everybody will be inadvertently affected by it. So I think it's messed up. I do hate that people do have to solely depend on that, but that's some people's situation right now. And when you look at the demographics around it, white people get them at a substantial rate, more than black people actually. So, I just think that ultimately, it's just not about, it shouldn't be a thing where people are making fun of people who can't get their food stamps and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, it's children's mouths who are not going to be fed, and something needs to be done about that in itself. So, like, they need to put away all the childish games and figure it out what it is that they're going to do. It's been about 4 weeks since we've been in this shutdown, including the people that's been furloughed and everything. So I think it's messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I will say, if the Democrats is on that bullshit about trying to give illegal immigrants health care, you know what I'm saying? I just think that's just bullshit. So, and now it's affecting everybody in the end. So that's kind of my take.
Yeah, from what I've been reading and researching, it's already been 12 votes, and the Democrats voted no every time, and the Republicans voted yes to reopen the federal government. The Republicans have also been wanting to pass legislation. One legislation they wanted to pass was to give essential workers that's working for the federal government right now that's not getting paid, to give them funds, and the Democrats, they voted no on that. They also came up with legislation to give military veterans aid during the November 1st shutdown, whatever's about to happen. The Democrats voted no on that. They also wanted to pass something. They're coming up with legislation now, and it's about to be voted on now. And most likely, Democrats are going to vote no. The Republican representative wants to give the families that's dependent on SNAP. He wants to come up with a program during the shutdown to get them food, and most likely the Democrats are going to vote no on that. So from what I'm looking at, from what I'm seeing, it seems like the Democrats are using this as leverage, because they're saying that they're not going to vote yes to open the federal government back up until certain legislation gets passed that they know will not get passed during regular time. So I feel like from the situation, it's looking like the Democrats are using this as leverage, and that's my take on that.
I agree with Ace and Sharice. It's a very unfortunate situation that is going on. The fact that, like, basically people's livelihoods is being in question because of negotiations on budgets and where money should be allocated. I do feel like it's another eye opener that we should be mindful to not be dependent on the systems. Even our jobs, like, we need to be able to have, like, anyone who wants to have financial freedom or be financially free, I should say, they have multiple streams of income, and all of them are not traditional clock in, clock out. Some of them, people are making money in their sleep. So we have to go ahead and take note of this where we can, like the people that were affected. Like, we have to be mindful. ASAP mentioned before, making sure that you have, like, putting money aside, or making sure that you have things, perishables or things on hand that you could have as staple options for emergency situations. But then in the sense of governmental standpoint, I do feel like they could have took on that same stance as well if it was of importance. If you have this program that is supposed to be in support of the people who are in need, funds should have been allocated for situations like this. Like, okay, if something was to happen, we should be able to still be able to allocate funds for these programs, or to make sure that these employees are still able to work in these situations, at least for a term, so that a notice could be given. Like, it was really just a shock. So it's just wild that the negotiations and budgets can put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy, and it's just like we're kind of just sitting on standby until moves are made that will put things back in motion. But it's been closed for so long. I could just imagine what will happen when it does, when everything goes back into motion, the effects that it puts on the economy and our communities. But yeah, that's my take.
I agree with everybody so far. Um, I would say, as far as for the blame, both parts to some extent. But even with Ace saying, it sounds like the Democrats for the most part as of now. You know what I mean? But I ain't really looked too much into it to know. I just know all of them doing what they do, and it ain't been resolved yet. So regardless of who I blame, it ain't fixed yet. But in the meantime, for the people who are, real relying on the food stamps, all I can say is, just take it a day at a time. You know what I mean? Just go with the flow. You know what I mean? But ain't no telling. It in the middle of the month at any given time they might change it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. I would just say just be patient. Don't panic or overreact. Just what I'm saying, figure out what you can. And yeah, just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say. Versus what everybody thinking about doing. But yeah, man, it's a fucked up situation. We all know that. Um, they playing the game. They playing with people's livelihood. But like I said, take it a day at a time. That's my take.
What you got, Wayne?
Oh yeah, man, it's real messed up out here. Yeah, this is just a tough situation for everybody. Like, I agree with a lot of what everybody said. You know, I mean, you just gotta, because it's. I really agree with I think what Sharice said about they finding out that these white folks is on here, and it's not just a black thing. And I think it was meant to hurt black people. I think like this whole thing was meant to really hurt black people, and now that everybody's being like it's about to affect everybody. You know, it's just real messed up. It's like it's a big old. I think somebody said something about a domino effect. It is. It's. Now I don't necessarily think. I can't tell you who fault I think it is. At that part, I don't. I tell you where my taxes go at. Well, I think they go at. I know they taking that out my check. I tell you they taking it out my check. But yeah, yeah, this government. I read all types of things, concrete and conspiracy. So I really just don't want to go too much in detail. So I can't say it's messed up, but I don't. In reality, it's our own president fault for doing whatever he does to get the government. I guess it's divided. And it's dividing. It's going to divide the people. So, yeah, I don't know. This is a real messed up situation. I just pray for those who are really affected. People who done lost job. I know some people that did, well, furloughed it, that is not getting paid. Let me put it that way. Not lose their job or laid off or whatever, but it's just a messed up situation. And that's just, that's all I can say. That's just my take on it.
All right, y'all. For the main story of the night, for the Sice Report, we got the shootings over Howard homecoming and how we feel about that. At Howard University homecoming, multiple people, including a teen, was shot. And at the infamous McDonald's, man, they say it was on the edge of the campus, but how we know about Howard homecoming and how infamous the McDonald's is, that's where everything took place. So I want to know from the panel, man, is this a failure of event security and youth access, or just homecoming culture gone too far?
Most definitely feel security. You know, even though it's a part of like what happens in the homecoming culture, quote unquote, it's still up to security to know that that's about to happen. Thinking from a logical standpoint, so it is up to security to make sure things like that doesn't happen. But you know, things slip past security, but you gotta do a better job. So I don't think it's totally on the culture. It's also on the security. Also, they had to do a better job with that.
Wayne.
Yeah, it's definitely on security. You got to learn. That's crowd control. Um, I mean, you got to know that people are gonna or may take it too far. That anything is possible. So yeah, I definitely think that's on security, and that's just my take on that.
Yeah, so I just think it's sad all the way around that, like events that are meant for fun and for people to come home and kind of enjoy their school and their environment, it's always being kind of interrupted by some bullshit. I do blame the culture for some of that. Like, I just think that you need to get to a certain point in your life where that is not the only thing that's on your mind. Like, shooting up a homecoming for what reason? And people getting hurt. Like, it's all tired and played out, and it's just the same thing over and over again. And I'm just tired of hearing about it all the time. It's just always some nonsense going on. Like, yes, of course, you always have to have more security, more police. People always feel some type of way when there's police around. People don't like being policed. But then when things like this happen, it's like, yeah, your ass does need to be policed, obviously, because you don't know how to behave yourself without having it result to some type of violence. I mean, I'm not sure about the full context of why it happened, if it was locals involved. Like, I don't know anything like that, but I will say that overall, it's our responsibility to not resort to certain type of behavior, and I'm just sick of hearing about it all the time. I just wish that we know how to stop and just figure out a better way. It's no different from the man going on the bus with that situation. Like, we just make awful decisions and we need to stop making them because it's putting people's life in danger. Like, y'all supposed to be having fun. It shouldn't be resulting into that stuff. So, like, I think it's a 50-50 responsibility. Responsibility on us, accountability on us, and, the need for more security. Same shit. That's my take.
I mean, uh, I feel like it's a little bit of both. I ain't gonna blame it all. I'm not gonna blame it all on security. I'm gonna blame it somewhere on the culture. It's not, this not the first homecoming that had shootings going on. It's been shootings at high school homecomings and all that. So I just feel like, um, man, at some point, like, the people, like the people, we as the people, we gotta take accountability and responsibility and know, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of kids out here. This job like a safe zone. There's a lot of innocent bystanders out here. This ain't the time to quote unquote catch up with the ops or get up with your man. Like, I feel like with the people, like the shooters, we gotta hold the guys that's doing the crimes to a certain standard. And they gotta be knowing, like, Like just like how them like how we talked about on the panel about like how the ice safe zone was. We should have like I feel like amongst like the culture like street dudes that's actually or yeah just people that's into that type of shit. Like there should be certain places that's like considered safe zones. As far as like the security of outside events like that, H, this rebuttal is to you. I don't really know how when something that's attracting so many when it's attracting a mass amount of people. There was like hella police down there, like it was hella police, all type of agencies. Like it was just a whole rack of police shit going on out there, and a nigga still got his ass like you know what I'm saying? Like a nigga still got his ass fried. So multiple people got fried. So I just feel like um it's more so on the people than like law enforcement.
You, you talking about me?
Yeah, I agree with what Sharice and Full Circle are saying. Like, I think we have to take accountability on both sides for the culture, security. Gotta do better. You don't need to be rolling out like that. We do need to have safe spots. Like, that's one thing that I wish I got to experience in my lifetime. I used to hear about, like, when I was growing up, like, about how in the neighborhoods and just in events, like, there's just a code of ethics and what you were doing, and like you would be mindful to not to go to certain spaces, not certain individuals like are around. You stay away, women, children, elders. Like it's just I don't know, it's just disorderly. But then security as well, policing if necessary, because the people be you just never know, and it's better to be safe than sorry, and stuff just be happening these days. I really just don't think it's safe to do any of these big large crowds of entertainment where people get the freedom to just express themselves loosely. I don't think it's safe for that anymore. But if you're gonna do it, try to go to spaces that are secure and policed, because it's not safe out here anywhere. But that's my take.
I definitely, I definitely blame the culture. I'm not gonna hold you, cause if you go certain places, like they don't even have to worry about like think about it, right? This is a Howard homecoming. Like Marcus said, they had shootings at other homecomings, even at like high schools. So that's a cultural thing. Like we just have every time not every time, but at times when we come together for large gatherings, it's likely something could happen. So you know what I'm saying? That's a cultural thing. And even with the police presence they had out there, they knew it was the chances of the fact that it's gonna be a lot of us out there. You know what I mean? And yeah, like if why even be strapped out of the homecoming anyway? You get what I'm saying? Like so it's definitely cultural for me. And I think yeah, we just gotta tighten up, man. Like they said, like Marcus said, having safe zones. Like, come on now, you know there's gonna be a bunch of teenagers out here, a bunch of people that ain't got nothing to do with whatever y'all got going on. Like they out there to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? At any gathering, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's definitely on the culture. That's my take.
I got everybody right.
My man Wayne 504 ain't go.
I thought Wayne did go though.
Yeah, I was the first person to go. But I
Yeah.
wanted to know,
Oh, my bad.
did your man? He was talking to me when he was like, about the crowd, the security, about security or whatever, in big large events or something. I forgot what he said. Something like that. He was saying.
Nah, yeah, I was saying I wasn't. I don't know if that was you I was talking to, but I was saying like when it's large crowds like that, bruh, like it was, bruh. I'm talking about I was out there, bruh. It was that I'm talking about every agency you could name, and agencies I never even heard of, bruh. It was
So
ATF out there, DEA, HSI, LIY,
I want to ask
GU.
y'all, right? for all the people that say security is an issue, right? So should they ban and ID certain circumferences of people that are not alumni or attendees of the home that particular school that the homecoming is involved with?
No,
For
no, they
sure,
shouldn't
You
do
for
that.
you
sure,
can't you
and
can't
But
you can't nah you can't do that, Fab, because it's like real live a open air. It's like it's so many people coming from so many different angles. The shit didn't happen like exactly on the campus. It happened. One of the shootings happened by the McDonald's. The other one happened up by that lounge. I forgot the name of that lounge, but none of them happened like exactly on the campus.
so
So
they're
even
just
if the people did
associating
have
it
their
with
bands on
Howard.
it, what'd you say?
So they're just basically associating it with Howard for a news headline. Then.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that too, bro. Cause I mean that, but we do know, man. We not Ace. We not gonna act like the reason why everybody was out there was because of Howard homecoming. But we can't. But I just don't think there's no way to, bro. I just don't think there's no way to even be like how Five saying that would be a good ideology, but bro, it's people coming from every which angle, and maybe they could do that for like I mean, like even for the game, the stuff that's happening on the campus. Yeah, you can implement things like that for on campus shit, but all the other shit that's happening on Georgia Avenue and all of the surrounding areas is like what could you really do for that? But have people respect the law, respect the law of the land.
No rebuttals on that?
That's what I
That
was
a
waiting for.
mic
Nobody
drop?
got nothing to say.
Damn, is that a
nah,
mic drop?
well, I was coming with was like, all right. So I come from a city where we do crowd control. You got to think Mardi Gras. We just had the biggest thing, the Super Bowl or whatever. But he's hit it on the nose right there. He said it happened in multiple different places. That you can't blame on law enforcement. You're
Yeah,
right.
that's what I spoke
But,
about it
but
too.
at the same time, what you can do is what they have as far as like crowd control, main areas like McDonald's, nobody shouldn't be getting shot. McDonald's, people gonna be there. Now, if you told me somebody got hit off on the side exit or like a side road or like in the cut somewhere like that, that's different. But like main public areas surrounding the event that you're doing, that's a big that's what I'm blaming on law. They should have had agents everywhere. They could be there, you could be there, but there's real crowd control. You don't know who's a marshal on the plane because they riding like a regular person. They could have a family or whatever, but there is a U.S. Marshal on the plane to control the crowd, and that's what I mean by crowd control. Like, like,
Bro,
like,
that
like, like it's like you
I,
don't know who the hell. Like you see them, but then you don't. Then when some shit pop off, people getting handled, and you like, damn, oh, I didn't even know he was the police. That's the purpose of crowd control.
say
That's
pot,
what I
say
mean by
pot,
that.
say partner. Look, bro. It ain't nothing you could do to stop that, bro. Like in a situation like a plane where a undercover marshal or something been on there, that's cool, bro. I'm talking about just like that shit that happened in New Orleans, bro. When they had them mass ass Jones like that, bro. It's like, bro. I'm telling you, like this is like, bro. I was out there, bro. It was so many fucking police, bro. I'm talking about, bro. It was a rack. I don't know if nobody else was out there. It was a rack of fucking police, bro. I'm talking about, bro. You can't even. It was like every 5 steps you walk, bro. If you look to your right or left, you're going to see some form of agency, bro. I have never seen this many. I've been going to Howard Homecoming, bro, probably since I was fucking 15, bro. I've been going to that shit for probably like fucking 14 years straight, bro. And I'm telling you, bro, I have never seen this amount of police at Howard Homecoming, bro. And it's
Yeah,
like
I forgot to ask you. Was like wouldn't the surrounding areas matter too though within the confines of the
I'm talking about look, I'm talking about in that McDonald's parking lot, bro. It was so many, like y'all really gotta feel what I'm saying. Even
yeah,
right now, but like
So
right
they
now
caught
though,
the shooter already? They already caught the shooter?
I don't even know that part, bro.
No, I was just saying because
Yeah,
somebody said it was just at the McDonald's, but that's still a part of the campus. All of that is the campus. Everything up and down Georgia, that's the campus still. It's still,
right. And that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. They supposed to be
that
protecting all that.
yeah, they supposed to be protecting all that, but that's really not the campus though. The campus is across the street. But I'm saying like but what
On
I'm
both
saying,
sides of the street, but
yeah, I mean,
Marcus,
yeah,
to
you're
your
right.
point,
Nah,
to your
you
point with the security, right, Marcus? There's like a whole bunch of police presence. Does that like protect the culture, or does that like fuck up the vibe?
It mess
I
up the
mean,
vibe. But
yeah, fuck up the
at the
vibe for
same
sure.
at the same time, I get what he's saying. See, that's a good what I said because I don't think he like understanding. Like Mardi Gras, it covers multiple streets in my city.
Uh-huh.
And like we the murder capital of the world. So like yeah, people got that thing on, but at the same time, like crowd control, like you gotta know where to put your agent. Like it's really they didn't have they look like they had all their people pretty much in like one area. And like you just said, like nah, like you gotta know like people gonna dip off and do something that is a thing like having it, and I know y'all have it. Since I've been up here, all I heard was Howard Homecoming. Like I know, like it's one of the biggest things up here. Like every October, I hear about that, and like it's like that. I've been one time and it was live, so like I know it's a big thing. But like at the same time, like y'all know this an annual event. Like you know things pop off, whatever like that. Like in reality, once the event was over, day shift was over, and that's when things start popping off. Like they
Yeah. Bro, I mean, I get what you saying, bro. But like, so look, if you, all right, so since you from New Orleans, bro, what do you think they had crowd control, bro, when Son did all that shooting on Bourbon Street? Yo, partner, Five, you muted, bro. Five, you muted. And my New
He on
Orleans
his way.
partner, he ain't saying nothing.
He on his way in the crib, so his service might be going in and out.
Oh, but yeah, I just wanted to know
So
if
how do
you.
we fix it? If we know too much of a police presence is going to kill the mood, but we need a bigger police presence in order for these things to not happen. Is what we saying?
I'm saying with
Yeah.
police or without police, bro, people gotta be responsible and they gotta take accountable for their actions, bro. Yeah, yeah, it fuck up the vibe because even like when we was out there, bro, you know, normally, bro, any other time, bro, niggas is walking up and down the street smoking big weed. It's a whole rack of fights and shit going on. I pick the phone, bro. Um, it's a rack of fights and shit going on. Like I could say, like for this year, bro, like I didn't see no whole rack of fights. That aroma as soon as you like get on Georgia Avenue is smelling big blunts in the air, like the weed and everything was kept to a limit. As far as like all of that, people walking around open bottles, it definitely when with the law enforcement around, it definitely keeps people more on their toes. I can say that. But as far as it fuck up the vibe, bro, you know, like, bro, we the culture, bro. We ain't really letting too much fuck up our vibe, bro. Just how I feel.
Okay. Okay.
It just might not be more so everything is like all out. Like I said, as far as like all that, that shit ain't going on. But as far as like the other shit, like people just ducking off, bro. If you drinking, bro, you not walking up with a big open container. Niggas ducking off, and if you smoking, you not smoking front line. You kind of, you know what I mean? But it's still getting done.
I see some people smoking right front line though. I ain't gonna lie, like straight up. But I ain't saying that's a good or bad thing. But
You not
with the
muted, but I can't hear you, Faf. I don't know if it's
nobody can
me.
hear me.
I can hear
Yeah.
you.
I don't know. Maybe that's
Oh,
my
I know
shit.
he must be the only one that can hear me. But
I don't know. I
yeah,
always think the police presence is always going to be there at any event. Like the campus got police. I don't think it'll kill the vibe. But I do, like he said, like it will keep people more, you know, more abreast to like their behavior and their actions and what they doing, because people don't want to go to jail. So I do. Well, some people don't. Some people don't give a damn, obviously. But I think that, you know, when I say that, that's the whole campus. Like anywhere those students is, that's a part of that campus. Whether it's at the McDonald's, across the damn street, anywhere they go up to Howard China, hell, that's their campus too. I take all of that as their campus, and it needed to be a situation where like they should be able to walk these city streets and feel just as safe and just it feel like they could do that. So, you know, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? As far as all of that took place, it shouldn't have happened at all. It just should have been a space where they was having fun. That's what it's been about. And they should have been able to walk anywhere on Georgia Avenue and do that. It's just weird. So, yeah, I hate that happened up there. I hate that happened up there. I do.
Tell them, bro. You want to tell them?
Is this the do we have another topic that we supposed to discuss? This was the last one.
This is the last one. This is Sice Report.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cause
but you know I could you know how it is, Sharice. I could wrap it up and we can do Sice Room after dark. 1 second. From hip hop tribute battle to bus bullying scandal, criminal rings in sports, leadership trust, a whole lot of other situations, from people getting shot at Howard Homecoming. Man, we covered a whole lot in the culture, crisis, and community. But for sure, thanks to my panel, man, the greatest panel in the world, man. I hope everybody subscribe to the YouTube, the Instagram, follow us, man. Show us love. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. The chat always show us mad love, man. We here each and every Tuesday at 9:30. Shout out to the Sice Room. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Voila.